to see someone grow in confidence in front of you, you become a little bit attached to them.
Yeah.
In a normal way, but it's like, I feel honoured that I can see the genesis of this person's career. And also, like, the British scene is alive.
Oh,
like,
for sure.
It's alive. For a while, people were saying, oh no, it's dead. Everyone wants to go to America. And I remember I had a colleague tell me that, like, wrestling used to be very big in the UK.
Yeah, it did, yeah.
And I feel like it's getting back to that level. So why not partake in helping wrestling in your own backyard reach a certain level?
Hello, hi, good evening, good afternoon, good night, sayonara, what else?
Good morning.
Good morning, guten tag, to everybody.
Hello.
Buenos dias.
Buenos
I think
dias.
that means good morning. I don't know.
You know, we're
Espanol.
spicing it up today. But welcome to Tea and Tussle.
Woo!
It is Black History Month, guys. Today we are going to celebrate Black British wrestling.
Period.
And we have a pioneer in the British wrestling scene. A wonderful guest.
A professional in the game.
A professional. Somebody that knows what they're talking about.
Somebody that knows their stuff.
Every other weekend, she's at a wrestling show.
If you haven't seen her there, you haven't been at a wrestling show.
Been at a wrestling show. It's Natasha from Rasslin Rhapsody. Hello, welcome.
Thank you so
It's been
much.
a long time.
It's been a long time.
We shouldn't have met. I'm joking. But I'm so happy that you finally.
Finally.
Showing my face. I'm not hiding behind an emoji this time. I'm showing
No,
my face.
literally, you guys don't know how gassed we are to have her, because Natasha likes to hide her face.
She's
She's shining bright today.
She is dressed down. She has said,
Yes.
I'm finna show myself on this podcast. This is the facial debut
Official debut.
of Natasha, aka Rasslin Rhapsody.
Yes.
How are you, my
Take it all
darling?
in. I'm feeling good, guys. I'm excited.
Yeah,
I'm
let's
happy
get
to
into
be
Black
here.
British wrestling.
Black women talking about black wrestling.
Exactly, that's on
Black,
period.
black.
And
Yes,
that's what I want to
yes,
hear. That's
yes.
what I want to hear. No, but yes, we have, like I said, a pioneer in the British wrestling scene. This is what I believe is the first Black British wrestling focused podcast out there.
I agree. Yeah.
I agree.
Oh,
Exactly.
think so, yeah.
You know, we're a jack of all trades, master of none type podcast. But, you know, you have a specific focus on British wrestling. And I think, you know, that is important to basically, you know, showcase and let people know that you exist and that you have a voice in the scene. And not only that, she is known by the wrestlers. Listen,
The wrestlers love her.
the wrestlers
They
love
want
her.
to go to the show for Natasha.
I
promise you that.
Listen, they leave their they take their time out of the ring here to come and say hello to Natasha.
Hi, Natasha.
Honestly, I think Connor Mills thinks I'm mad because every time I see Connor Mills, I'm like, yeah, Connor. And then he'll be looking at me in the merch stand. Oh, hi.
and then you see JJ. He just
JJ Girl was all for it. He's like,
JJ
Natasha
knows
is
I'm
mine.
there.
JJ
Yes.
Girl, he just makes the beeline
For Natasha.
to Natasha. He's like, forget all of y'all. I'm coming to Natasha right now. No, but it's fantastic. I love the fact that you're there at the shows, you're present, and like you can clearly see the passion and you can clearly see like the enjoyment that you have and how you've been able to create a space to be able to showcase that. And again, I say it's important for you to be a part of this, you know, scene and be present and obviously come talk to us about Black British wrestling because
British wrestling in general.
exactly. So this ain't the first, this ain't gonna be the last. Can I get an
I will
amen
be
up
here
here?
again.
Amen.
Yes, right.
Now I know where the entrance is.
We get that all the time.
His
was
face
lost.
is a maze.
I was
It's a
wandering
maze.
around. I was like, have I just walked through the whole thing? Like, what's going on?
No, it's oh gosh, the things we get is like inconspicuous.
It is.
It's very
The door is
inconspicuous.
hidden.
It's hidden, but you know,
They said they don't want you to come here.
but you know, hidden figures type. You know, hidden figures in the
So
game.
for selective people.
Exactly. Only the elite. The elite. The elite. So Natasha, I really want to ask you this question. Like, what is your earliest wrestling memory?
So my earliest wrestling memory was my dad bringing back the VCR of like Monday Night Raw, because his colleague used to record wrestling on old videotapes, but we couldn't afford Sky. We only had channels 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
It gets like that.
Yeah.
It gets like that.
So my dad's friend was like, "Here you go, here's Raw."
So take this and
Here's
enjoy.
Raw, and then his SmackDown, but I'm not going to give you the pay-per-views because you have to pay for that one.
He said 17.99.
You have to work your way up to
You have
that one.
Work for that one. You can't have like New Year's resolution for free. You can't have no Hell in a Cell.
No Way Out.
That's
No
it.
Way
No
Out,
way
yeah.
out for free. Like his Monday Night Raw, his SmackDown. That's it. So he put through the Monday Night Raw episode, and I was like, "What is this?" Like I was only like 4 years old, and I remember just hearing JR and Lola just shouting. I said, "Oh, these loud American voices." Like I'm so used to just British TV. Channel 1 is like Antiques Roadshow. My mum's watching that. Watching Hello. I'm like, okay.
Hello. Some mothers do have them.
Yeah.
Only fools and horses.
Yeah.
Oh
Only
my
Fools
God,
and
that
Horses.
one.
So
Yeah.
my mum was watching EastEnders. That's
Yeah.
it, you know, just British stuff, you know. Then my dad puts in this American stuff. I was like, oh, quite loud. And then they're playing Move to the
Music.
Play that fucking
music. I'm like, yes, this is rock music. My first time listening to rock music. Like,
Wow.
there's so many firsts happening in that one moment.
This is overwhelming.
It's just overwhelming.
Especially for a 4-year-old.
Yeah, I was like, why are you showing me this? Like, I'm a child, you know? And then the audience was like going crazy. They're holding their posters. Ooh, Monday Night Raw. I was like, And then the pyro went off. I said, no, okay, this is too much. Take it off.
The show hasn't even started.
This is like
The wrestling
hasn't even begun. She said it's too much.
She said the wrestlers haven't even entered. She said, you know what?
Out. It's just shouting and screaming. I said, And then I remember seeing like Jonathan Coachman. And I was like, oh, there's a black man. Okay, cool. Let me watch this. Because I used to be like that. I was like, if there's a black person, I'm like, okay, cool. You know, let me watch this. And then I just remember like just the loudness of the crowd. Like it wasn't even any wrestling happening. I just saw all the energy and people being so happy. I said, okay, this is making me want to watch this because everyone is just enjoying. And then after a while, like my dad would bring home these tapes, and then one time my dad's friend brought him the WrestleMania DVD.
Hey,
Yeah,
the
he
big
went
one.
straight to WrestleMania, skipped all the other pay-per-views. Like, you don't need Royal Rumble. We're going straight to WrestleMania. So I watched that and I was like, like the granddaddy of them all. Like, oh my God, this is wrestling. Like Mickey James versus Trish Stratus.
Oh, wow.
Edge versus Mick Foley.
Yeah.
And then there was Shawn Michaels versus Mr. McMahon. And I was like, why is this man pulling down his pants to make people kiss his, you know?
Kiss my ass.
Kiss my ass club. I was like, okay. So then from then on, I was like, I love this business. I love this business.
See, this is where I should be.
This is where I should be. This is my thing. Like, I didn't want to watch anything else. My mum was like, this is not for kids. But I was like, hold on, you used to watch wrestling? My dad said that you used to watch wrestling. You love Shawn Michaels.
No.
Why are you pretending? And then Shawn Michaels will come out. She's like, okay, let's just watch this.
I'm screaming. Shawn Michaels got everybody on lock.
Like, she would be like, okay, after Shawn Michaels, you go to bed. I'm like, okay, fine. I'll hope that the Shawn Michaels match doesn't end. I'm like, let it be a 60-minute Iron Man
Listen,
match.
it was.
It'll be
It
long.
probably would be a long match.
You know what? Honestly, like, I just remember being amazed by just all these like wild characters. So I said, okay, I'm gonna keep watching this. And then I started watching TNA. I saw Awesome Kong. I was like, oh,
She said, black women do this
yeah,
too.
exactly. Because I wasn't seeing black women in
It's
WWE. So I was just seeing like Trish Stratus, Mickey James, Tori Wilson. Like it was going into the Divas era.
Yeah.
Coming out of like, they weren't even calling them women anymore. They were starting to call them Divas and doing a Diva search. So then watching TNA and seeing Awesome Kong and Sojourner Bolt,
Yeah.
Raka Khan, like they had this Kong entourage, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. Like seeing 3 black women and they're not being like presented in an overtly sexual way. Like they're actually wrestling. And then even the beautiful people, yeah, they had the sex appeal. But when the bell rings, they were wrestling.
They
as
went
well.
they went bell for bell.
They would be cutting people's hair. I'm like, oh. That's what they did TNA. Like, it's wild. So yeah, those are like my earliest memories, like primary school going into secondary school. Like,
Nice. Those are good
TNA.
memories.
Yeah.
It's always the childhood memories that keep with you.
Literally, honestly, like when we're in, now we're in the stage where we're healing our inner child. Like it's just, yeah, back then, honestly, it was just like when we didn't know the worries of the world. Like we just wanted to just sit down and watch people do all
Exactly.
these kind of epic moves and all these sort of, you know, fantastical moves and all these grandeur characters.
Yeah.
It was just so. It's the parts of my childhood that I really,
Yeah.
really have come to appreciate.
When
and
you didn't realize the wrestling was fake,
Yeah.
those were the good times.
I used to cry when John Cena was getting beaten. I was like, please, leave John Cena alone. He's trying.
He's trying. Meanwhile, the man is there because he knows he has to be there.
Yeah, like I just
when he was getting
stressed.
spiked by Muga, I was just like, I couldn't. I had to
handle
turn off my screen. I was like, I'm not dealing with this right now.
No, when the main event Mafia started in TNA,
Yeah.
they beat on Samoa Joe. Yeah, I was crying. I was like, please. And then the commentary was like, he's broken his arm. I was like, he's never gonna fight again. Oh my god, this is too much. Like, this is Samoa Joe. He's so strong. Like, come on, Joe, come on, please. But yeah, no, early times, childhood times. That's when it was the best.
Yeah.
Honestly. So, at what point did you start to gravitate towards like Brit wrestling specifically?
So it was right after the pandemic. I was so bored. I was like, I'm just done because I just finished uni and then I went into law school. So after that, I was like, I need to have fun because I had my head in my books for like 2 years. So I said, okay, let me Google things to do in London. They were saying, oh, go to the London Eye. I'm like, I've seen the London Eye.
Should I live here?
Yeah, I live here. Like, it's like just for tourists. So I'll go to Big Ben, walk through the park, but I'm scared of dogs, so I can't walk through the park. So I was like, okay, let me write down the things I like to do. I like to listen to music. So I went to like a gig for a band that I liked. Or I like history, so I'll go to the museum. Then I said, oh, I like wrestling. But then AEW hadn't even thought of coming to the UK at that point. And WWE shows were expensive. So I was like, okay, maybe there's like local shows. So I typed in local wrestling shows near me. And then RevPro came up. And it said £18. I said, oh, that's a bargain.
That's a steal.
That's a bargain right there. So I said, okay. I bought the ticket and then I went. And I was like, oh, is this what's going on in London? Like, like this is the level of wrestling that I'm seeing. Like banging show. Like we all went to one a couple months ago and it was amazing.
Yeah.
And it's not even like it was a special occasion. It's just what
It was
they
just
do.
like a random show, yeah.
Yeah, it's just what they do. So I remember I went there, I just sat in a random seat and I realised it's my first time seeing a ring like in front of me. Like I've been seeing it on the screen for 20 years and now I'm in front of a ring. Even my first time like hearing the referee count to 5 when they're doing the submissions and stuff.
Yeah.
Just seeing the things that I don't necessarily hear while watching it on the screen made me love the live shows. And then seeing all of these wrestlers, I didn't know a single wrestler on the card. I was like, who is Sunshine Machine? Who is JJ Girl? Who is Michael Echo? Who's Connor Mills? I don't know these people. So I wasn't like cheering when they would come out. I would just sit in silence. Like, I'm just sitting there.
She's very demure.
Very mindful. Just
She's
taking it all in.
Like I remember Robbie X came out and everyone was doing this and I was like, okay, let me join in. Let me do this as well, you know. And Sunshine Machine will come out, everyone's clapping, so I'm like, okay, let me clap. But I was clapping off beat because I don't know what I'm meant to be doing. I'm just like, oh.
I mean, I guess.
Yeah, so like, I just remember having so much fun and I left the show like revitalized because I was going through a very down period. I felt so down. I was like, oh, I need to do something to spice up my life. And just watching that show and just realizing how much talent there is in the country, I was like, I'm coming back. So I came back the next month and then the next month and then the month after that and then the month after that. Then I started following the wrestlers on Instagram and Twitter and I saw that there are other promotions. There's Progress, there's Pro Wrestling Eve, there's Right Cabaret. I said, okay, I'm gonna go to these shows. And like now it's a habit. Like I don't even know what to do with myself if I don't have wrestling to go to.
I like the sound of that though.
Yeah, literally, like last week I was like, there's nothing to do. Oh my God, what do I do? So I sat in my room. I did overtime at work. That was all I could do. Just so bored. And I realised how much wrestling I go to when I was looking at my bank account. I was like, oh,
Hey.
Jesus. I've
Ticket
been buying a lot of
expenditure is a
tickets.
lot.
But I'm not going to stop. I'm not going to stop.
It's an
So
expensive habit.
it's a very expensive habit. And my dad was like, oh, no wrestling today? Because literally, like, now everyone at home knows Sunday, wrestling day. So the more I started to watch these wrestlers and the more I got, like, connected to them and just, like, enjoyed how well they were wrestling. Like, each time they would wrestle, it's a better match than the last one. So they're improving in front of me. I was like, I like this vibe. I'm going to keep coming. So I ended up watching more independent wrestling than I was AEW. And I was like, okay, like, this is where I'm getting my feel, you know? Like, you know when sometimes you just need to scratch that itch?
Yeah.
And RevPro was doing it for me. So I'll always be very grateful to RevPro because that was, like, the first promotion I ever watched. And it made me realise, okay, you know what? There is actually good wrestling out there for me to watch for a good price as well. Yeah.
And honestly, like the experience that you have in person
It's-
is so much
it's
more
sensational.
different than what you have
So
Yeah.
on TV. And what I do like about the British scene in particular is that the stories are more realistic to us. They're more, connected, and they're more they're just more relatable. This is where I want to ask, like, what entertains you and keeps you interested in, like, to keep going back to the like British wrestling scene,
So the wrestling itself, because I remember, like, when it comes to independent wrestling, people online will say, "Oh, it's just super kicks. It's just Canadian destroyers. Oh, the indies, they get paid in pizza and a Diet Coke." That's the tweet I always see, and I'm like, don't disrespect them like that, because these people are wrestling their hardest to earn a paycheck that's nowhere near the size of someone in WWE
Yeah.
or AEW, but they're still grafting.
Yeah.
How many of us can say we've quit a 9 to 5 to go for something that's
Literally.
like our passion?
Not a lot of us can say
Not
that.
a lot of us can say that. Even me, like, I sometimes think, oh, am I in the right field? Like, should I be doing this? But then I'm not brave enough to quit because you need to pay your bills. So I started to gain like lots of respect for these people. So that's what was bringing me back. It was like, I want to see Leon Slater go up to the next level. I want to be able to say that, like, when Leon Slater becomes a big name in AEW or WWE, I can say I was there at the beginning. I remember when he first debuted. I remember when he first wrestled this person or this finishing move. I remember when he first started using it. Like, that's what kept bringing me back, just to see these wrestlers grow and like the passion. Like, I know we're talking about Black British wrestlers, but JJ Gale is someone who I've watched for a very long time, and how he wrestles now. He wasn't
different.
wrestling like that 2 years ago at all. Like, even the music is different. The wrestling gear is different. Everything he's doing is different to what he was doing 2 years ago. Like, to see someone grow in confidence in front of you, you become a little bit attached to them.
Yeah.
In a normal way, but it's like, I feel honoured that I can see the genesis of this person's career. And also, like, the British scene is alive.
Oh,
Like,
For sure.
it's alive. For a while, people were saying, "Oh no, it's dead, it's dead, it's dead." Everyone wants to go to America. And I remember I had a colleague tell me that, like, wrestling used to be very big in the UK,
Yeah, it did, yeah.
and I feel like it's getting back to that level. So why not partake in helping wrestling in your own backyard reach a certain level?
For sure, yeah.
They don't all have to go to America.
honestly,
They can become stars here.
Exactly,
exactly.
And part of that is from the audience participating, going to these shows, having fun, enjoying yourself. Don't compare them to someone on TV.
Yeah.
Because they're doing something different. They're on a different journey. So that's what kept bringing me back.
I like
Wow,
that.
amen.
Your answers are great, man.
I feel like I'm preaching.
You're preaching to the choir.
pastor
The
at a
British
church.
choir.
I just felt the invigoration inside of me. I'm ready. I'm ready to.
Me too, I want to go to a wrestling show now.
Listen, and you know what? I don't. We are going to a wrestling show.
We are.
But the thing is now it makes me want to go to, like you said, invest more into the British wrestling.
For
sure, yeah.
Because when I do go to the British wrestling show, when I go to RevPro, when I go to Progress, I feel the.
I don't know. Yeah, I feel like at home. So
yeah.
even when I go to like Hustle or when I've been to RevPro, I think it's because it's more like scaled down and it feels more intimate and like a
Yeah.
community. I feel more at home than when, like, we went to AEW All In. We all did, and it's like a big show, but it's like, because there's so many people, you can't get yourself as involved as you really want you to.
Yeah.
But when you go to shows to like RevPro, Progress, Riot Cabaret, Hustle, everybody is so close together, and you can see everybody's reaction,
exactly.
and it feels more intimate and more
Yeah.
like a community.
It's like you're going out with friends. Or
Yeah, or
literally-
family, yeah.
it's
Literally,
lo-
and
lovely
like
vibes.
you said, the investment in the wrestlers is there. Like, I know that obviously we're gonna talk about Michael Oku, but we've all seen the growth of Michael Oku, like, over time. We're gonna see the growth in other wrestlers. Like, we're gonna talk about some of them, like Aaliyah James,
Leon Slater,
Slater.
who just had a great match against Speedball Mike Bailey at TNA as well.
Like, we just see, we're
exactly like
seeing
that in
like
itself.
we're seeing it before our very eyes, and obviously we want to root for these wrestlers, but also you want to have that moment where it's like, when you were a baby, I was there. Remember
Remember when you were a small child?
when you were a baby, I was there.
taking care of you.
I was taking care of you. I saw you when you didn't know how to kick, but now you can kick.
Like, I want those bragging rights. So when they become big and people are like, "Oh yeah, I'm a big fan of Michael Oku." Oh, but you weren't there at the
But you weren't
229.
there.
Were you there when he, used to be in a tag team with Conor Mills? Oh, you weren't. Oh, but I was. Like, that bragging right. I want that. I want that. Small bragging.
That's small bragging rights, but
Yeah.
nah, like, honestly, like, yeah, I hear it in terms of like, the investment and just feeling
Yes.
part of it, feeling part of the growth, feeling part of the atmosphere, feeling part of the just being in the room, being in the presence.
Yeah.
And like I said, majority of the the wrestlers themselves are really, really down to earth.
Yeah, they're
Yes,
so
they are
nice.
lovely
Like
people.
down to earth, like they come up to you, like if they know you're a fan, they say hello, they interact with you, they want to talk to you, they want to like improve as they go on, and it's
very intimate.
Yeah.
Like, even after the show, you go up to them to buy the t-shirt, and then you use their like little PayPal things that they have. Now I have this person's email saved on my PayPal. It's very intimate, you know. It's just, I love it though. It's just lovely vibes, and the passion is there. Like, I remember during the pandemic, because like with WWE they could continue doing their shows.
Yeah.
AEW could continue doing their shows. They had the money, whereas smaller companies, they're still struggling to go back to where they were before the pandemic. And I can't remember which wrestler it was, but some indie wrestler from America, I think, must have tweeted something about how he's struggling to pay bills and stuff. And I think someone else was been like, oh, give up. You know, the dream's not going to work out for you. If that wrestler had listened to, or any indie wrestler had listened to advice like that, we wouldn't have Seth Rollins.
No.
We wouldn't have Sami Zayn. We wouldn't have Kevin Owens. Like, there are big names in the industry who started off as indie darlings.
Yeah.
And just the fact that I can be there at the beginning is very honoring, and it also shows how much you love wrestling, because I believe that independent wrestling is like the most passionate.
It
most
is, yeah, for
creative
sure.
wrestling, because they don't have shareholders on top of them telling them, oh, section 18 to 25 like this wrestler more, so we're going to put them on more during the ad breaks, blah, blah, blah. Like, they don't need to deal with all of that stuff.
Yeah.
It's just wrestling, purely wrestling, and that's why I love it.
And like you said, the passion is there. Like some of these people, outside the ring, they have normal 9-to-5 jobs.
Literally, yeah.
And you know, they have some of these like wrestlers, they are supporting themselves. Like it comes from that 9-to-5 job. So obviously we urge you to, like, if you can support your local
because they be putting in the graft.
They be putting in the work.
And when they get injured as well, like
they
like Leighton Buzzard, he injured his knee, and it's like, okay, so what does he do to support himself? Like, I don't know if he does have a part-time job, but it's like, buying the merch is the least I can do, or retweeting and talking about them so that they can stay in the conversation, so you don't like forget about them, is what you can do as a wrestling fan. So yeah, they need as much support as possible.
For sure, because I remember seeing a TikTok about this one indie wrestler, and he has like a part-time job, but it's as a teacher. So like he was doing his like day-to-day life, and he was saying how he wakes up very early in the morning, goes to the gym, then goes to work, comes back, gym again, flies to like Mexico or somewhere else to wrestle, come back to wrestle again in the UK. Bro, it's a daily graft that they live.
They're grafting all the time. Like, I remember one time I must have been on Instagram. I was like, okay, I'm going to RevPro today, but JJ Girl's just posted a picture of himself at the airport. Where's he coming from? He's coming back from Italy. He was in Italy on Saturday. Now he's in London to come and wrestle, and then Monday he's going to wrestle here, and then Tuesday's wrestling there. It's like, it's non-stop.
It's non-stop.
Non-stop. And it's not like there's a massive company paying for travel.
So it comes out of their own pockets.
It comes out from their savings, from their pockets, or they're borrowing. Like, it's a lot. It's a financial burden, but they're doing it to entertain us.
Exactly,
and to go for their dream. So why not go to a local show?
Exactly.
Go to your local show.
Support your local artists. But yeah, honestly, Black British, but now obviously we're gonna like, as much as like the British scene as a whole is important, and we want to focus, as again we're talking about Black History Month here, we want to really focus on the Black British scene. Now obviously the Black British scene is
Come on, say hard to see.
It's very hard to.
It's very hard to sort of, you know,
the words to
come up with. It really is. Obviously, like, I was looking back at it like historically, and as you guys said, like Black British wrestling in particular was more popular back in the days. But when I'm talking about back in the days, I'm not talking about like, you know, in the 90s. We're talking about the 1800s. Like the earliest memory, like it's been an insular kind of focus on particularly Black British styles as well, where we had, you know, more like, I wouldn't say modern, but we had more old kind of like legends like Johnny Quango and Black Butcher Johnson. And I read somewhere that it was actually their mother who was the first recognized European like strong woman wrestler.
Oh wow.
But then obviously looking back then, it was more so of a kind of, you know, caricature, kind of like the way that they sort of like, I'm sure in her age, like, you know, slavery has just like ended in the UK. So obviously they were more seen as circus acts. They were more seen as like entertainment for people. And obviously I'm sure that they didn't have the level of, you know, respect that they would have like had today back then. But then obviously for her to kind of give birth to two of what is described as the pioneers of Black British wrestling, Johnny Quango and Black Butcher Johnson, who've sort of like paved the way for there to be that kind of eye on Black British wrestling in the scene. My take on the Black British scene, is more so obviously there's always going to be room for mass improvement.
For sure,
there's always going to be a need for growth and for sort of like the eyes towards Black British wrestling, because again it was back in the day when I think it was more so Johnny Quango who, again, I read somewhere that he had such a legendary feud that it was presented in front of like Prince Philip.
Oh wow.
It was at the Royal Albert Hall. I don't know if it was the Royal Variety, but again it was that magnitude of importance of Black British wrestling at that time. So whether we will get back to those levels, I'm not sure.
Where there's a will, there's a way.
But this is where I wanted to sort of like ask us, like, you know, the T is Black History Month. But like in terms of us talking about what the Black British scene is now in this day and age, like, again, what is the words to describe it? Like, how do we feel about it? Like, what can we do about it? Like, what is... Because there is so many Black British stars. So many talented people. But in terms of the scene, like, who... Not to obviously put away their accolades, but obviously the faces of RevPro and Progress, you know, they're not... they were Black for a while, especially with Michael Oku being at the front, but now it's gone back to sort of, you know, more so like, not to obviously, like I say, like not to obviously say that these people are not talented, but again, it's just like, how do we get back to us being in the conversation? Yeah.
Well, so for me personally, like right now, I would say there's lots of stars, but everyone's like scattered around. You can never go to a show and have multiple Black people on the card. It'll just be one or two. And it's like, okay, like I don't want to be that person, but
I want to be that person.
Yeah, it would be nice to see more of us on like one show, one card. With Michael Oku, like I remember when I first went to RevPro, like seeing him and seeing Leon Slater on the card, I was like, oh, okay, like. Wow, Leon Slater, he got a standing ovation at that show because he faced Luke Jacobs. It was an amazing match. And I was like, okay, well, everyone's appreciating this. Like, I mean, both of them did amazing, but at the same time, it's like this Black wrestler, he's getting the standing ovation. I'm so used to seeing Black wrestlers not reach that level where they're like in the main event, the face of the company. And to see Oku like start off where he started off and then be basically the face of RevPro and get so popular that people thought he was going to debut at All In.
Yeah.
He even debuted at the AEW Cardiff show. Crowd lost it. So to see something like that nowadays is so nice.
It's amazing. I'm getting shivers right now
Honestly,
thinking about it.
I actually cried when Oku came out in Cardiff because I just felt so like proud as a fan, as a Black woman, seeing someone that shares my skin tone in the middle of the ring being presented as a star. Like, that's not something I was seeing growing up. Like,
no.
Unfortunately for us, like, the younger generation, they're going to have that opportunity to see a lot of Black wrestlers. But for us...
It was few and many.
One or two. And it's like, okay, they can be the Intercontinental Champion for a while. They can be the mid-card for a while. And then after that, it's like nothing. For them to get the big one, it's almost like you have to beg. Like,
you have to plead.
You have to plead.
You have to beg and cry.
You have to be on your knees. Please,
like,
sir.
I want to...
Please, sir, I need more.
I need more. Like, I remember, like, I was talking to my dad who grew up watching wrestling. Like, he actually watched Tony Atlas wrestle.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, he watched Tony Atlas. So when I was telling him about the Vince documentary, he was like, oh, yeah, I used to watch Tony Atlas. And he even watched Tony get inducted into the Hall of Fame. I think we have it on the WrestleMania DVD. So he was telling me how he didn't like the Kofi Kingston storyline because it had a weird vibe to it. Like, Mr. McMahon doing everything he can to stop Kofi from getting the opportunity.
I mean, your dad was right. It did have a weird vibe to it.
It had a weird vibe. And then I remember the Booker T Triple H stuff.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't want to say it, but it had a weirdness to it
Oh,
growing up.
It was
The
weird.
weirdness was racism.
It was weird. It was weird.
It was like, I remember even that Vince documentary when they were talking about the things that they used to do, and then they showed one of them in blackface. Like
Hey.
growing up, it's like you weren't allowed to just see a black person as a star.
Mm.
The race was was the main thing.
Yeah.
Like the storyline is, I'm gonna get a stereotype like Shelton Benjamin and his mama. Like I forgot that man's name. Is it Viscera or Big Daddy?
Viscera.
That's
Yeah.
it. Being like this man who loves love and
Even
sex
like
and stuff
Mark
that.
Henry, before he became Mark Henry,
Right.
he was like overly sexualized.
Right, exactly. And
Yeah, and
Devon as
this
well.
black butcher that I mentioned as well, like when I was reading up on him, like the words that they were using
To describe him.
like in terms of the N word, straight up in all these articles,
Yeah, boo.
and they just had to accept it because obviously, I mean, back then, I mean, like I said, circus acts,
Yeah.
probably seen as like, you know, something that's, you know, just like a figure that you need to come and watch. But like I said, it was just, the wording that they were using to describe, obviously, like, and I mean, look at the name Black Butcher,
Yeah.
like straight up, like
Nah,
Black
that's
Butcher
horrible.
Johnson, like it's
weird.
it's
but
weird,
horrible.
and it's like it's crazy. But again, going back to what you were saying about seeing Michael Oku being presented as just this absolute force to be reckoned
Yeah,
with, and the regality that he comes with a mirror,
With a mirror
in
Her
the background.
Majesty.
I think one
That's
of
my
my
queen.
favorite things about Michael Oku is definitely his like entrance and like how he arrives to the ring. It's like, you know, he's here,
Yes.
and there's no time to play.
Fam, that's what he says on the screen.
Right.
Now we
He's
play.
playing. Now we play.
On my watch,
It's now we play.
Now we
on
play.
my watch,
At
we
my
play.
time.
Yes.
And then you got a mirror with her queen's
Yeah.
little
Like, get
And
it,
then
sis.
Like the Versace gown,
Ah.
and
she's
walking
just-
down the runway. Yes.
She's like, that's my man.
It
Yeah.
just
Yes.
feels like royalty, like something.
Literally.
It's like excellence that's coming upon us,
Yeah.
and I like to see that, especially from black people and especially
Yeah.
from black men.
Exactly.
That's it. That's the key word, especially black men in terms of the wrestling scene, because again, they fall onto that caricature of these lustful, you know,
Yes.
beings that have no sense of brain when it comes
I'm
to.
getting
Yeah.
flashbacks
But
to Bobby Lashley and Lana
Hey.
on Raw.
That's another example. Like, this
Like, it's
whole,
terrible.
The cuckold
Yeah.
thing. It's just
AJ
gross.
is silent now.
Because that what was really
that?
going through their head with that storyline?
Accent.
Hey,
In fact, don't ask him.
Please, let's not.
but no, like I said, going back, like, Michael Oku, honestly, and you know, I guess this is going to start the conversation of like the wrestlers that we need to keep our eyes on, and we need to sort of have a focus and praise as well.
Yeah.
Praise, like I said, Michael Oku, fantastic. I want so much for that guy. Like I again, that, you know what? Now it goes back to what you said about, you know, seeing them at an early stage, and then seeing him at what's it called, AEW.
Yeah.
I was like, that's my boy. The boy,
As if I raised him
as if
myself.
The way I screamed, yeah.
the guy,
Like,
he doesn't even know who I am. Probably doesn't know. But I was like, that's my boy.
boy.
That's my boy.
The fact that I had got my ticket and I was walking and I didn't know where to sit. I didn't know how to find my seat. So I was gonna ask the helpers. I said, "Oh, please, where can I, go to get my ticket?" But before I could even say anything, it just said, "Now will you play?" I
said,
was like, I started screaming and I filmed it and then I tweeted it, and then the mirror was like how she thought people wouldn't know who they were.
Oh.
What?
God, we all know
Michael
who you are.
Oku and Amira.
Come on.
Come
Your
on.
name is heard across the country. please.
Honestly.
Across the nation.
Across the nation.
Wow. Wow, we.
Oh.
Wow, we. Nah. I honestly, like I said, Michael Oku,
Sensational.
sensational. And
Fantastic.
obviously, we've mentioned this guy already, Leon Slater.
Sensational.
Sensational.
What a man.
I
lad.
was 17 when I first watched him wrestle, and I
whoa.
felt such shame. I said, "Look at what my age mates are doing."
Listen, no, I have to confirm something, because again, I had to clarify something with Leon Slater. Leon Slater is really 20 years old.
Yeah, apparently
It cannot be.
God forbid.
he has almost fainted when I found out his age. There are wrestlers that are in their teenage years.
Teenage, yes.
What was I doing at 17?
I was begging my mom, can I go to this party?
What was I doing? The money that my mom said I should top up for my lunch, I was spending it in the corner shop on Ice Poles. On Ice Poles and KA and
I
Bigger.
don't know if this is your age, Chidera, but I was doing 5-day pass on T-Mobile. Well, we used to
You're
be called
sick
used
in
to
the
be
head.
called T-Mobile.
Used to go I know what T-Mobile is.
I used to be T-Mobile, so I used to be my 5-day pass.
I used to spend it on
Hey.
snacks.
Well, when £10 can really go far. £10
Transformer crisps.
Oh yes, yes, those are the ones. I still have them to this
bigger,
day.
Yes. Oh, literally, like I was spending my money, and he is making moves in the rest.
Making moves,
like literal moves.
literal moves.
Like obviously we're gonna
the high flying this man does.
we're gonna talk about him later in the episode. Obviously we're gonna in the Rock and Sock review because we've got a match coming up. But Leon Slater, do you know,
Defo one to watch.
defo one to watch.
It's
the flips.
scary how good he is.
He's really
It's
good.
actually terrifying.
And I love his character. I love his character. He's
He's
very
just
charisma,
himself.
charismatic.
I feel like that's just how he is as a person.
Do you know
I
what?
actually never spoke to him, so I don't know.
Yeah, he got like. do you know what?
man.
Yeah, one thing about him when he goes to shows, he literally runs off. I don't know if this is
I've
kayfabe
never
or
seen
something,
him at the
but
merch stand.
He said, "I'm too tired. I've been high flying too much.
yeah, like, he said, "Man, he probably goes to the back
I've done
here.
my bit.
my imp
Yeah.
is hurting me."
My head
I
is
got my
spinning
5
me.
stars. I'm off.
My head, aspirin. My head is spinning me. Please, sir. Because he runs off.
Yeah,
No,
he's
he's
good.
fast as well.
Yeah.
No,
fast.
but Leon Slater, what a guy, and he's making moves in TNA as well.
Yeah.
When I heard that he was signed to TNA, I was almost crying. I was like, oh, this is someone I've been watching at
Again,
RevPro.
that's my boy.
My boy, and now you're in TNA. Like I can say that I
Competing
watched
for the
you.
X Division title. I
Yes.
see you.
And I think,
Yes.
and I think that's the perfect place for
It
him
is.
to
Yeah,
be.
definitely.
Perfect. Because
Definitely.
I would have imagined him in like, you know what? I wish what 205 was.
Yeah.
I would have imagined that he would have made like, if 205 was executed perfectly, I think Leon Slater would have been there.
He would have been great in that.
Yeah.
And he would have been like defo like cruiserweight levels
Mm-hmm.
of, because I was thinking like a dream match, Pac versus Leon
was just
Slater.
thinking, yeah.
Ooh.
Imagine that. Do you know
That
what I
is
mean? Like
tantalising.
I said, sometimes it's like,
Even now, I'm even thinking Shelton Benjamin versus Leon Slater would be a great
that happened
match.
at Progress.
See, there you go.
there you go.
There you
Super
go.
Strong Style, and it was good.
Oh.
Like just seeing them in the ring. Oh my goodness! Like two.
You got a
the
legend,
future
up and
of
coming.
black wrestling, and then
A legend.
someone that we watched
Yeah.
growing
A
up.
veteran
Oh,
versus the future.
yes.
Wow.
They shared a moment.
Do
you
it
know,
again.
Yeah,
Do it again. I want to see it.
I want a rematch.
Rewind.
Yeah.
DJ, reload it.
Reload
amazing.
it.
Reload. Look at that. Nah, but Leo still with his
The
It's
do-rag.
little do-rag.
with the do-rag.
It's authentic.
It's authentic
you know?
blackness.
Black culture.
This is what I
On
mean.
this
And
Way.
yes, by the way, to the Americans, we do wear do-rags in the UK. We're all black.
Yes.
Thank you very
Literally.
much. We also have to protect our hair.
Yeah, I got
So
my
get that
silk
right.
scarf.
Yeah, he has to
Yeah.
protect his hair in the ring.
Thank you very much.
That's why he's running, because like, you know, my
Got to
camera.
protect the braids. Yes.
You know how much these cost in this day and the cost of living in this
Too
UK.
much. You gotta learn how to do it yourself. 'Cause
Like-
these Instagram stylists,
They
they
will
come with your
rob
hair
you.
washed,
God, blow
and
dried.
blow dried,
Cane
parted,
road.
cane road.
So you're just putting the wig on my head.
Yeah.
No, honestly, what
Something
am I
I
paying
can,
you for?
Something I can do at home. I'm paying you £100 just for you
Just
to
put
to
it on her.
black.
girl,
If you
please.
don't come up for my face,
extra fee for trimming and styling. Like, please.
I'll smack your head today.
No.
Yeah, but honestly, kudos to Leon Slater. Like, that's a definite one to watch in the Black
Definitely.
British scene. Like I said, character work, perfect. Cruiserweight levels of high flying movements that are just fluid and just
Choo-choo. Choo-choo.
You don't even have words. It's just
It's just
sound.
just sounds. Pyong.
Pyong, pyong, pyong.
It's just column. It just column.
It's fantastic.
Fantastic,
Honestly. Like your head
no.
is like this. You're like, oh.
Honestly, like I said, you'll be the one that say my head is spinning.
Yeah.
My head is spinning because
I
I'm
am
left,
serious concussion.
left, right, left, right, left, right.
Oh my gosh.
No, but yeah, Leon Slater and obviously, and you mentioned a match as well. Leon Slater, Leo Rush as
Oh,
well.
my
God.
God.
I saw the highlight here of
This
that match.
Hey.
Do you know what it is? They're two very fast-paced wrestlers, and having that in a ring, it's like the Flash and the Flash coming together. It's like Wally West and Barry Allen coming together. It's like two fast people.
Yeah.
You're like, I don't even know where to look.
It's like Ricochet's
Bruh.
bullets ricocheting
For
off
real.
the wall. Like,
Oh,
Will you keep it down? Will you slow down for the rest of us? We're trying to catch up.
let us catch up.
that
No.
match. I don't even have the words.
Don't even have the
I don't have the
words
words.
to
I'm
say.
being for real. Like I was there, and I was like, "This is." I tweeted this match of the year contender. Like
Serious.
legit. It was so good, and it wasn't even just like flips and stuff. Like they even slowed it down.
Oh yes.
Different elements of different kinds of wrestling amalgamated into one.
Yes!
Like, it was fantastic. Hard hitting.
Don't hear yourself.
She said, I felt it.
Felt it. I was there. You know when wrestling is good, you're like, that was me.
You know when something's so good, you'll have to look at the label.
Yeah.
She turned around.
What's the ingredients? Like,
What is this? Like,
Say sugar,
with spice
Yes.
and everything
everything nice.
it was fabulous.
Oh no, I love that. But oh my god, another one that we have to definitely keep an eye on is Aaliyah James. Now, Aaliyah James, my first encounter with her was in Hustle.
Yes.
Against-
Shout out Hustle, by the way.
Shout out Hustle. Check out their
I
work.
need to go to a hustle. show.
Girl, they have one on the
Listen.
2nd of November if you want
I
to
will
come
be
through.
there.
And
2nd of
that
November.
2nd of
is-
November, guys.
And that is the highlight. Tate Mayfairs.
And
Rain
I
Leverkusen.
need to
Yep.
watch Rain because
It's a ladder match, by the way.
Oh, you're selling me already.
The
I'm
story.
Mm.
Check out Wrestling.
Check out Resting.
Check out Wrestling.
Yeah.
Yes.
Listen. Story of the year.
Check out Hustle.
Check
Go-
out
come to a
Hustle.
Hustle show.
I need to come. To
We're the vibe at the Hustle show.
Keep
So
me
come to a
missing
Hustle
out.
show.
I need to come. I'll drag my work bag.
As you
Okay.
should.
She work from home
Yeah,
at the. No, but this is her home. Home is subjective. No, but Aaliyah James, my first encounter with her was at Hustle in Shoreditch versus Nina Samuels.
Oh,
Ooh,
God.
I
And
like
we
this
all
one.
know how much AJ loves Nina Samuels.
Oh yeah.
Nina Samuels.
I know you
But the
love
way
Nina.
they worked together, it was brilliant. It was like this was our both of our first time seeing Aaliyah James, and it's like I used to see clippets of her in like NXT UK, but I didn't watch full matches. And seeing this full match, this girl can work.
She can work.
This girl can work.
And the emotion on her face, she's such a she encapsulate, like she takes it in. She really takes it in. And her and Nina Samuels were just like I know that their match was like one of the most viewed.
It is the most
It is
viewed.
the most
Oh,
viewed. It's
okay.
that good. I highly recommend that you watch it. She's also like we've also seen Aaliyah James. She's doing a tour in America right now. So obviously check her out. But
She was on Ring of Honor and she faced Athena. That was also a really good match as well. But yeah, she's
They're
working.
making moves.
She's
working.
They're making international superstar.
International.
She said, sorry, Britain, I have to kind of, I will come home
I'll
to
come
you.
home to you. Don't worry.
Making her name in Hollywood.
Exactly. She wants to be on the she wants to be stars.
Have her name in lights. Yes.
Aaliyah James. And she's so sweet.
She's the sweetest
Such
person.
a
She
little
sat next to us.
Yeah.
Oh, bless.
At the back, and honestly, the most bubbly, friendly person you could ever meet as well.
And honestly, such a sweetheart.
Don't worry,
Honestly,
Aaliyah, we'll get you on the pod soon enough.
literally, oh my god, you see the way I approached her, yeah? I was
You
like,
shy babe.
listen, I was like, Aaliyah James, you ever been interviewed by black women?
She's like, no.
She's like, that took her far back. She was like, well, just say when.
Oh,
I would love to
cute,
come
though.
on. And I was like, you kind of just have to like, you have to let them know.
schmooze,
You
you shy.
have to
gotta-
schmooze your way.
Yeah.
This
Me, I'm
is
still shy. I'll come up to her. I'm like, oh, hi. Can I buy the t-shirt?
how many times do I go to show with you guys, yeah? And I just go to the wrestlers full guns blazing.
You
I don't
do.
care.
Except for at Summer Sizzler, you didn't want to go up to Rio.
I was so shy.
Me, I went
I'm
up to
shy.
her.
I
went up
Never
to
gone
her.
I'm shy.
Me, don't
Sometimes I'm
worry.
just so
Don't worry.
shy.
I will network for the both of us.
And honestly, we're even gonna go to Riho next because she's one to
Oh,
look at.
God,
Yes.
great.
She, first of all, when you went up to her, she was just so.
She was so nice
It
about
was like obviously with wrestlers they're busy, they have to go from
Yeah.
point A
She
to
stopped
point
to
B.
talk to me.
I could literally see her face light up
Yeah.
when she saw
Oh,
you,
that's cute.
and I was just like, you know what? That's
We'll be in
so
touch,
sweet.
by the
We'll be
way,
in
babe.
touch. But like honestly, I like that reaction
Yeah.
because I'm not gonna lie. Some wrestlers I did say hi to on that day. No
names. We don't shade
after
up
you
here.
tell me the name.
No,
We don't shade
listen,
hard.
when I said hi to them, they were just like, hi. And I was like, okay.
God
I
damn.
even congratulated them. They were like, oh, thanks. I
God
was
damn.
like, I was like, okay,
Don't
girl.
worry, we'll tell you.
But
were like,
Riho,
yeah.
no. Her face literally, she stopped, she lit up, and she obviously, spoke to you. First of all, I love her aesthetic.
Yes,
The braids.
The braids is what got me instantly.
Oh,
And purple's my favorite color.
This
as
is an
well.
authentic black
Yes!
woman. Like,
Now,
do you even want to do color 1, no.
Yeah, no,
color
no.
color 1B,
Purple.
no. She said straight to purple. She's like,
Straight to purple.
yeah.
This is such an important. Now, this when we say that the intersectionality of wrestling and other topics, I think people need to understand that hairstyles, black hairstyles in wrestling, is so important. When you have people, now I have to take it to America. When you have people like Austin Kong wearing braids, to
Oh,
the ring,
God.
yeah,
It means
It
something to me.
means something to me.
something
It means
to me.
something.
When you see people like Bianca Belair wearing
With the
the
braids.
braids,
It
Swinging
means
it.
something to me.
Because I know she's there with her, eco
Just
style.
slicking
she's
it back.
backstage.
Wearing her scarf to tie it properly.
I know she's doing her edges.
Oh.
I can relate. I did mine before I got here. You
Yeah.
know, I know what you
It
did to
means
get
something
that
to
hairstyle.
me.
and it's like when people are like, oh, like, how long does it take you to do your hair? I don't think you understand how long it takes to even lay your edges, because you have to find the right construction.
God.
You have to find the right hold.
You don't think it's
Perfect.
easy? It's
Yeah.
not easy.
Like you have to
It's not
find
easy.
the right product that so there's no crumbling.
The right edge control. It's not easy,
Gosh.
guys. It's not easy.
Yeah, like the maintenance of it all, like it's the importance. So when you see somebody like Riho represent that unapologetically and just live in it and just be so cool with it, not only in that outside but in the ring as well.
Yeah.
Oh God.
That's why when I first saw her come out, I said, I don't care if she's the heel. I don't care.
Yeah, I'm
anyone
going
has
to cheer.
say. I'm cheering for this one because she's got braids and I feel it. Yeah.
But in terms of her in-ring style,
Amazing. This girl is a powerhouse. She's so good. Her Blue Thunder Bomb, the speed thing. Sami Zayn, be on the lookout. Be on the lookout.
be very scared. Be very, very
She
scared.
does it so well.
She is a
She is
powerhouse in the
fabulous.
ring.
Fabulous.
She is so strong. She is so
So smooth.
smooth with it
like
as
butter.
well.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Oh,
I don't know where I got the accent from, but it's just
like butter.
Just have to feel it. Oh no, definitely Riho. Honestly, another one to look out for. Livvii Grace.
Livvii Grace, yeah.
Livvii Grace.
Yes,
We're going to talk about Livvii Grace later, but damn.
That one, yeah, she's
Yeah.
good. She's really good. And I feel like she's also someone who's really authentic. Like, I think she has pick and drop, in fact.
Yeah, no.
It's
You know,
pick and
sometimes
drop,
when
innit?
a black female wrestler comes in, I'm like, okay, no, what style is this?
I think it's pick and drop.
What hair is this? This expression? Like, I'm just trying to like work it out.
But it works so well for
It
her.
does. I
yeah,
like
I
it.
like the grey and the black.
I love it.
I think it works well.
I watched her wrestle. She had I think it was the Ugandan flag on her guest. Like, yes,
Representing.
where you're from.
Yes.
I like that.
Your roots.
Your roots.
Your African roots. Don't forget your roots.
Don't
where you
forget
came
your
from.
roots. Don't forget. And I love the fact that she does intergender matches as well. We're going to
Yes.
come back to this later on. But I feel like something I really enjoy in wrestling is intergender matches.
Yeah,
and
same.
watching her and Tate Mayfairs, which we'll discuss later on.
Fabulous.
And the fact that you saw it in person, I'm jealous.
I was there. I was enjoying.
No,
I was
but like
enjoying.
her wrestling style as well, like to look into that. I'm
Yeah.
assuming she's more of a the way she was wrestling in against Tate Mayfairs in the match that we're gonna see. I'm sure she's more powerhouse. And
Yeah.
Yeah, she is.
But she's quick
Yeah.
as well. She's
She's
quick on
quick.
her feet, yeah.
Yeah, because I went to it was a promotion called Pro Wrestling Nova. It was like solely women's wrestling. It was her versus two people. She finished them.
Hey.
She finished two people in one. Like,
She said, "Kalas." She said, "Now we play."
she just completely finished. It's like I witnessed a murder. I was like,
Oh,
wow.
wow.
You know, and
Is
even
that
in Pro Wrestling Chaos, like she dominated as the champion. She was just smashing through each opponent. Like, you know those ones that say, okay, it's me, I'm gonna beat her, and then you're just lying there on the canvas. You thought, but
It's not you.
Yeah,
But you
exactly.
thought.
But she's strong. You know,
She's
one
definitely
chop from
strong.
her and you're gone.
finished.
You're out.
And I like that. I feel like as Black British, like there is I don't know how to say, but in terms of like Black British powerhouse women, I definitely think that there is a kind of like there is a space there.
Yeah, for sure.
Because I haven't seen much, like I haven't seen let's be honest, I actually haven't seen any growing up in terms of like when we're talking like the Black
Yeah.
British scene.
Yeah.
So I would love to see her like I would love to see her catapulted into something like
An
you know,
unstoppable force.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to compare her to Awesome Kong, but I'm gonna do it just in.
There
regards
are
to,
definite
like,
similarities
yeah,
between
it's
them.
just
Yeah.
like the fact that everyone was scared. Like as soon as you hear the theme music, now everyone's shaking. Like that vibe, I want that for her. Yeah,
like I
want
want
that.
to walk in the room and I want you to see you shivering in my
Yes.
boots. 'Cause, like when I see her, I'll be like, yeah, shiver in your boots.
Yes, be
For
scared.
me, I'm scared to say yeah. 'Cause I'm scared.
Nah, definitely Livvii Grace, definitely one to watch. And speaking of powerhouses, man, Big Wavy Johnson.
Jeez. Shout out to our own. Shout out to our
First
own.
of all, can I just say one word? The pounce.
The pounce.
Pounce. Just
I love a good pounce, me, and Roy does it really well.
does it really well.
He
Honestly, Roy
hench.
is
My God.
his head just
Hench
I
as hell.
first watched
The
him in,
bodybuilding is
Yeah, it's
bodybuilding.
he's like this, you know. I was like, oh, the ground is shaking. Muscular. I was like,
No,
yes.
I actually, obviously, speaking of Big Wavy Johnson, yeah, like, again, like, the work that he does for Black British wrestling, I think should be spoken to
For
from
itself,
the
yeah.
rooftops, because this guy is so in tune with what Black British
dedicated
wrestling
to
and
the community.
dedicated to the cause and to the community and to the charity work that he does as well, especially with Everything Patterned.
Yeah, I was gonna bring that
And
up. Yeah.
you know, Everything Patterned, I love that showcasing of, like I said, that is what I want to see in Black British wrestling. That showcase of new and upcoming Black British talent.
Yeah.
And it's just so nice to see and so nice to celebrate and so good to see people come on board. I know that they raised some money for charity.
Yeah.
And, you know, again, just like, it's just like, this is the kind of things I want to see. These are the kind of things that I want to go to. These are the kind of things, unfortunately, we didn't get to go to because of like clashing, you know,
Time, yeah.
schedules. But these are the kind of things that I feel like the Black British scene needs.
It needs it most
It
definitely.
needs it so much.
Yeah, and it also just shows that it's not hard to put Black
It's
British
really
people
not.
on your card.
It's not difficult
not
at
hard. There
all.
are so many of us. The fact that they could only do this many amount of matches in like one night, but there's so many more people that they could have put on the card.
Yeah.
Like there's so many of us. You can actually just dash us anywhere. It's
Yeah.
actually okay. Find a place for us. It's not even find. Do it.
Yeah, and I was gonna say, like, as a person who, when I first went to RevPro, I was like one of few Black people. When I saw that queue, I was like, oh, okay, what's
Where are
going
my
on
people?
here? Like the diversity, and like that's no shame to RevPro or anything, but I feel like when you hear that there's a card with lots of Black wrestlers, then it makes Black wrestling fans want
to go and
come.
see. Yeah.
And then your audience becomes more diverse, and then it's like, okay, yeah, the scene is improving because everyone from different walks of life are now coming to wrestling shows because they see themselves in the ring. We weren't seeing that growing up, so we probably hid in the shadows. Like, oh, I don't want to go to a wrestling show because, you know, I didn't see many people like me growing up liking wrestling, watching wrestling. But then something like Everything Patterned, which doesn't have to happen just because it's Black History Month, it can happen any time of the year,
yeah.
because there are so many wrestlers, will bring a lot of Black wrestling fans out of the woodwork. And, you know, it would even catapult these Black wrestlers into like larger promotions. Like, oh, okay, I saw you at the Purpose Show. Why don't you come and wrestle for us? Like, it puts their name out there. What's the problem?
What is the problem? We're asking you, British wrestling. What's the problem?
No, but definitely, like, that is Big Wavy Roy Johnson's, like, that's his, like, his contribution to Black British wrestling is, like I said, should be shouted from the rooftops. Like, on top of being a stellar guy as well, strong guy in the ring. The 8'7",
Him and Alex Ruff, yeah.
I can't lie, I love
Yeah.
Alex Ruff so much.
Yeah.
When I see him, and like, because he's another one, like, he should be celebrated as well,
Yes.
because when I see him, yeah, and like I said, character work is a big
It's
thing
a big
for
thing in
me.
wrestling, yeah.
Character-wise, Alex Ruff is just...
He's got it in spades.
There are some people where as soon as the music hits,
You just
it's like,
know.
you just know you're in the presence of a star.
Yeah.
Just-
And when I saw him at UKBW and the music hit, I was like, I like this theme music. Then he walked out, I was like, yep, this is your company.
Yeah.
Like, this is your company.
It's so real that I don't know. Sometimes I have to question. It's like, Alex Ross, is this you in real life?
Is this how you really
Is this how you really are? Because it's just so, it's just so fleshed out. It's just so real.
It's just making sense. It's making a lot of sense.
And then in the ring as well, strong, top guy, just.
Bush.
Bass boss. very agile and
Yeah.
fluid.
Very
again.
agile, very fluid.
And him as and Roy as a tag team, great tag team.
And then, but he's injured though. Remy.
Shout out my
Is he
boy
injured?
Remy.
I was thinking to myself, I was
Where
like,
has
I've
Remy
seen this
been?
guy
When
for a long time.
Remy makes this comeback, yeah, I'll be shouting from the rooftop.
I'll be there.
I will
swear.
be there
I
because
was wondering.
Yeah.
he's injured. I can't wait for him to make his
It's been a
comeback.
while.
No, because our first encounter with him was at Hustle as well. And
AJ fell in love that day.
I can't lie.
I saw the tweet.
AJ fell in love that day.
I just see this beautiful. I don't even care. Whatever shame. I don't care if he is. I just see this beautiful black man come out, and I was like, "Who's this?" And immediately I was invested because not only yes he's good looking, but in the ring.
Wrestling fan.
Shut your mouth.
I'm sorry.
We watch the wrestling too.
I'm
Yes.
sorry. I have to. The eye has to be appeased as well. Come on, like you have to look like that's how you get the people in. Because you know what, I find that argument
Gets the people
so
going.
No, but I find that argument so redundant.
It is.
Because wrestlers they put so
Much
much
into their
appearance.
aesthetic.
into their
Yeah.
appearance. Like, I'm sorry, you mean to tell me that guys like Ric Flair who was doing high flying,
poofy hair and the
poofy
jacket.
hair, and
Jewelry.
then jewelry.
I'll smack your head today.
Come
What's your
on.
problem? You think he's doing that for nothing? You think Will Ospreay is wearing Gucci for nothing? Be
Ooh.
serious.
You think Dusty Rhodes was out here just wearing this third coat, telling what's it called, Ted DiBiase to suck his mum or something?
For
yeah,
nothing.
for
No.
nothing, for people to
Come
talk.
on.
They were out there. These wrestlers, I'm so sorry, they put so much into
the
their
look,
appearance,
yeah.
and they put. It's just like, I'm sorry that there's a certain demographic that won't see that past that. They want to see into the graps. They want to see into the thing.
Yeah.
No, the first thing. The way wrestling, you see why I love wrestling, yeah? You could put me on a rant. The reason why I love wrestling is because it appeases all your five senses. The
Yes.
first thing you hear is the music.
Yes.
The first thing you see is the appearance. Then you get a taste of what's going on in the ring. Then you get a feel, shivers down your spine, goosebumps
Yes.
of the storytelling. Like, do you know what I mean? It appeases all your five senses.
Yeah.
So you mean to tell me that I should just sit there and be like, ugh, he doesn't look nice.
Right.
If he looks good, I'm connected.
Yeah.
And then one of the things about Remy is that the fact that he also looks good, yes, but in the ring,
He is
he is good.
Yeah, it's like a full package.
It's
There
a
you go.
full
Everything,
package.
yes.
He is strong as hell, agile as hell. Oh, come on.
And the guy can work the
The
crowd.
guy can what the crowd loves Remy so much. He will be on that turnbuckle and everybody's just feeling it.
Like when Michael Jackson would come out and everyone was Michael.
Yeah, just like that. Just like that. Nah,
Oh my
Remy
God.
is great.
Remy is great,
He's
and
great.
I can't like he is gonna go far. Like
is,
when
for
that
sure.
injury subsides, yeah, he is gonna go so far. And bragging rights, we were there.
We
were
would
there at
we'd
the
be there to watch
beginning.
you.
We were there
Because
at
I
the
used to
beginning.
see him at RevPro, but he would be like the one to collect the jacket and stuff. So I've seen you from the beginning, the
Yeah.
first stage.
I
Like-
know you from when you were small.
From when you were a baby.
Baby.
I used to carry you. You don't remember?
And also shout out to a former member of the 87. He doesn't wrestle right now or currently, but Warren Banks.
Yes.
God, this
I was there
guy,
for the last match at Progress. Yeah, he's great.
he was great. He
Yeah.
was phenomenal in the ring, outside of the ring, and also just a genuine guy who also really loves anime as well.
I know.
Yes,
Come on,
I've
man.
seen.
I remember we had like a discussion of like the top JoJo's openings, and I was just like, you know what? I just love these kind of conversations. Like
Yeah.
when we say JoJo, like JoJo's Bizarre Adventure is my favorite anime, yeah, and it's just like the openings is a topic of debate amongst anime fans, yeah, because they are just great openings.
They are
and, yeah,
phenomenal
great
openings.
openings, but it's like there's a hierarchy of which ones are the great ones. So we need to have that conversation with a wrestler. I just felt like, yeah, this guy's cool. I know he's doing commentary work now,
Yeah.
so I really hope he does take that, like he propels himself into that, because again, this is this thing about wrestling. You try to walk away, but it just draws
It
you
It
back.
draws you
back.
in.
It'll always be like, come home.
You know, you just hear that voice. You hear that. Come back. Come
I
back.
hear voices. You see, Randy was being serious.
Yes, that's what
He
he was
said,
talking about.
"I
It's
need
the
to
wrestling
trying to
voices.
leave, but the ring was saying, "Come back,
Come
Come
back,
back,
come
come back. We need you.
Legend killer.
But it's a good point that you brought up the commentary, because even seeing black people on commentary, like,
Oh god, it's
that's
hard.
it.
It's
You need
hard.
to see
Yeah.
black people everywhere, not just the wrestlers. It shouldn't be a first that WWE have got a first black referee. Like that should already be a thing.
Like
Black commentators, black ring announcers. Like I need to see you
Everywhere.
in the wrestling space. So him being a commentator of Progress is great to see. It's great to hear too.
Which, by the way, Hustle has an all black commentary.
yeah.
I
It's the
like
resting
that.
boys.
You're not selling me on this.
Come to
You're
hustle.
not selling me.
Come to hustle on the
Come to
seconds.
Hustle.
Do the Hustle.
I need to come to Hustle.
No, but
Hustle is a vibe.
yeah, but you definitely pointed on the fact that is that yes, we're celebrating, you know, black British history, black British wrestlers in particular, but seeing black people in the space of black British wrestling as a whole is fantastic as well. And I know that we recently just we touched on how, you know, being a fan is, you know, important, like like the actual, you know, what's the word? The importance of
Being a black fan.
A black fan. And again, like you said, you touched upon this earlier, how, you know, the more black wrestlers we see, the more it will bring in the black fans, the black British fans, because I want to see them. I want to
see more.
I'm invested, you know. I just want to.
Every time I go to a show, I'm like, I'm still trying to see my people.
Yeah.
I'm trying to see not just the people that I know, but other people as well. And it's nice to see, even like sparingly, that there are black people that come to wrestling shows, especially black women. I love to see black women at wrestling shows. It makes my day. Come along, come and join us.
Listen,
vibe.
when I see black women at wrestling shows, the way I will beg friend you. I know in this UK bad vibes nonsense conversational talk, there's too many beg friends, there's too many people. I will if I see a black woman at a black wrestling show, I will beg friend you to the point of no return. Because do you know the rarity of what is going on here?
That's true.
Like, particularly a black British show.
Bro.
We'll be best friends by force.
Oh, it has to happen.
It has to happen.
Yeah.
We'll stop numbers, we'll stop Instagrams, everything.
Everything.
Yeah.
And that's what I love, community as well.
Yes.
Black British wrestling creates a community amongst certain demographics, especially when more particularly black fans and female fans as well.
Fans
And obviously those two are very important to us.
Yeah.
And, you know, I see you, obviously you're very active in the, you know, wrestling, the black British scene. And I see the community that you have.
Yeah.
If you want to show us these bracelets, because I've seen them.
Oh.
These friendship bracelets.
Bracelets galore.
Like this.
So obviously
Yes.
CM Punk and crew over there have been creating stories, but the real starters.
It's with the fans.
It's the fans. I got Osprey. I've got El Capitan.
Yeah.
JJ Gill, Connor Mills, and that's just half of them.
Oh,
That's
Shay's
just
half.
That's just half.
Wow. She didn't even bring the full pedigree
She
to us.
says, see the flick of the wrist.
Look at the ice.
Look at the ice.
Yeah.
No, for real. Like I said, the community that I see you have with all your friends, and like when we go to shows, I'm not gonna lie, I feel like I'm in the presence of a celebrity.
No, honestly, everybody knows that. It's not Natasha.
Natasha's like, hi, everyone.
Natasha.
Oh my god, I saw the image. Oh my god,
I fully returned.
oh my god, did you see my message? And then I'm like, girl.
God damn.
Yeah, literally. And it's so funny because 2 years ago, I was just getting by myself. I'll just sit in the corner. Oh, Connor Mills, oh, yay. Oh, social machine, yeah. Then I'll go home. I wouldn't talk to anybody. And then as time went on, like, I'd made one friend. And then I'm like, okay, let's make friends with this person. And now we're all a group. I don't even want to go to shows by myself anymore. Because I'm so used to, like, the
Going
group
with,
of people that I've made friends with. Yeah, so just that community makes it even more enjoyable.
Honestly.
You know, I love it.
It's just fantastic,
It
like
is.
especially like the black and that is the tea of the black British scene.
Man.
Like I said, we've listed all these great people that you really need to check out.
And there's so many more.
And there's
we can
so
list.
many
honestly,
more.
like,
You got
the list
Aisha
is exhaustive.
The list is
Raymond.
it's
You've got
extensive.
literally you got Aisha Raymond. You've got man like
Doris
Let's talk about Man Like Doris.
Oh,
Let's talk about
God.
Man Like Doris.
You got-
Because when I first watched Man Like Doris, this guy, he came out with the microphone. He said, Mike, check, Mike, check. I said, what is this, honey? Like, I like this. He came out, he gave a performance before he even wrestled. Karaoke.
That's what it's about.
Before wrestling, we're all singing your own song. And
Yeah.
the glasses as well. I was like, this man is a star.
He is a star. The guy has been doing bits. His match against Nick Nemeth, quality match.
He's making a name for himself.
he
as
really
well,
is,
and it's
yeah.
just, he faced Shelton Benjamin also during the
Look at
Super
that.
Strong style.
See?
Like just being in a ring with veterans as well. That shows you that the company had faith in him.
They believe in
Yeah, they
you.
believe in
And
him.
me
It's
too.
like,
I believe in you.
He is really good. He's very entertaining.
Yeah.
And that's the keyword, entertainment.
Entertainment. Sports entertainment.
This is HE's favorite
Sports
entertainment.
Oh,
love it.
man like Darius,
He's a great guy.
Is he the one? He's the one that does the meal deals, right? Rate your meal
Yeah,
deals.
meal deals.
Yeah.
Even that in itself, like, just to show you how entertaining
And
the man
even
is.
in the ring, he's very comedic as well.
Yes.
He does like the whole bum thing. Like he'll be in the. I don't know how to describe this without.
No, describe it well. My ears are open.
You know when women like to use their bum or their hips as a
I
as
see
a
what
power
you
move,
mean, yeah.
and they hit his face, he'll fall back, but he will use the strength of the bum, the bunda, to lift him back up and face.
Okay.
Yeah, go and watch the
I
matches.
will go and watch the matches.
Go and
I will
watch the
study.
matches.
I will study that move in particular. No,
Him
for research purposes.
Him versus Jada Parker would be.
Him versus Naomi.
That was
Yay! Shake the room.
The ring will collapse.
Oh my
but
gosh.
and I even wanted to touch on this point or before is like in terms of like how black British wrestlers utilize social media, because obviously when I was talking about back in the days with Johnny Quango and Black Butcher, they didn't have social media. Like I said, they had newspapers calling them
The N-word.
the N-words
Yeah.
and stuff like that. But here they can really showcase their character. They
Yeah.
can really connect with their fans. And again, it doesn't have to be that caricature. It doesn't have to be that stereotype, because
Yeah.
they are their authentic selves, and they get to be that through the power of social media, and they get to connect with their fans
Yeah.
Yeah.
on that deeper level, whether it be at shows and it be on social media.
media.
That whole rate your meal deal stuff, that's actually
Very
funny.
yeah.
That's hilarious.
That is actually such a, and then his responses, yeah.
Man got 8.5, so I can say, I got a high rating. I got 2.
The rest of you need to do better.
Some of the meal deals I was seeing, is this how people are eating?
You people are very,
Voluntarily.
Just ham.
very, you're very audacious human beings.
Wait, it's when I see people who go to Tesco, yeah, meal deal. By the way, for the American people, Tesco is our
It's a
Walmart,
Walgreens,
Walgreens. Like there's
Yeah.
there's a meal deal that costs £3 or $3. I don't know what it.
It's not £3.
I don't know.
It's not £3
It's not £3 anymore. £3.50.
Britain.
That thing is
If you
nearly
have your
£5.
club card, it's £3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you have your club card,
it's
then you're
definitely-
finished.
it's a lot.
You might as well put the meal down.
Don't eat today.
Don't eat it.
No.
Just buy. There's a sandwich, yeah, that is literally just ham.
Do you know how disgusting you are to eat just ham on its
have
own?
no mayo.
Just ham, no mayo, just bread and
And then
ham.
ready salted crisps and Buxton water.
And box of water. What kind of meal deal is
You
that?
sound like a very dry
It's just
individual.
Such a sad,
Existence.
uninspired meal.
That meal is a meal of depression.
Yeah. Just
And
no
I know we're all
flavour.
depressed in this UK, but add something.
Spice.
Get your
At
chicken.
least add mayo. What is your problem?
Get your chicken Caesar salad.
Like-
Me, I get all the expensive stuff from the meal deal.
Yeah.
Something
You have money.
that will cost £7.
You have money.
No, because altogether it will cost people. I'll get my innocent smoothie that is
Yeah.
already £3.50 in itself.
Yeah,
Then I'll
the
get
smoothie,
my chicken Caesar my chicken Caesar wrap, and then whatever
that's a
crisp
good
I'm feeling
choice.
for my McCoys. My McCoys.
McCoys.
What flavour of McCoys?
Oh, I like salt and vinegar.
People are silly. It's
Ooh,
tight.
yeah,
It's tight.
Thai sweet chili
Thank you very
chicken.
much.
Thai sweet chili is too flavoursome for me.
Too
Are you black?
flavoursome.
Are you
We're
black?
talking about black
What?
British. It's a bit no, but it's too.
But I feel like the salt vinegar is a bit too like, oh.
Me, I even have it in my bag. Are you
No, but I
black?
like it. I like the
It's like, it's painful almost.
spicy.
It's too much. It's like, if you cut your lip and you eat that, it's
Spicy.
you're done.
Your lip will just be paining.
It'll be throbbing. It's too much.
No, but I know that's my meal deal.
Fair enough.
What's your meal deal?
Guys, I just eat what I eat.
That's a 0.
No,
man like the rest will
Mine
just
is
Buddha is 0.
zero.
I get everything, man. I get everything. I don't care.
What was the one that got you the 8.5?
So it was a tuna crunch,
Mm.
prawn cocktail crisps,
Yeah.
and Ribena.
She's making
Hey,
sense.
it
She's
makes
making
sense.
sense.
I didn't want to get a fizzy drink. I was
It's
like,
the
you know,
adding
too
on the
decadent.
Ribena, I'm like, yeah.
It's
But
the
8.5.
Yes.
it's the kind of like the palette of sweet and salty. You know? You're going to like, I like the consistency of the fish.
Yes.
You know? Tuna and prawn. And
I
then she
like it. Yes.
And then she finishes off with the sweetness of the Ribena.
Yeah, that's an
A
8.5.
Coke would be too much.
No,
You know,
it's
it will-
too decadent.
Yeah, it will kind of like mess up the flavors a bit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You need to mellow it out with the sweetness, with the dessert.
Make you feel like a child again with the
Innit?
Ribena.
Like you
Yeah.
just the smooth.
Yeah.
the smooth.
You wouldn't think
inner
that this is a
child
wrestling
with a Ribena.
podcast.
I told you intersectionality.
We have gone to so many different topics. Hair, meal deal, salt and vinegar crisps.
That's what happens when you
that's-
come on tea and tussle.
But that's the joy of wrestling.
That is.
That is the joy of
Joy
wrestling.
of
Who knows
conversation.
how someone like a man like DRS can bring meal deals into the conversation?
Exactly.
Again,
Black people.
He even
Black
had a
people.
whole tournament. So people were putting in their meal
I'm
deals and
screaming.
he had brackets and everything. Yeah.
Oh, this man is
He was
serious.
serious about the meal deal. 2-day tournament of meal
Yes.
deals.
Amen to that.
Oh, it was just it was
the
a lot of fun.
innovation.
Yeah. The discussion it caused. You know, some people don't like tuna, some people don't like chicken. It's like, oh, you know, like we're all getting to know each other a
And
bit
some
better.
of you just like ham and bread.
And then you just ham.
You didn't even make it to the tournament. Go ahead.
They weren't even considered.
Yeah, that is just honestly the worst thing you could ever put in your
Oh God.
terrible.
Just ham.
Just ham.
And then you wash it off with water.
Hey, might as well go and eat cement.
Can't eat sand.
Go eat
Sand is too spicy for you.
Go eat paper mache because that's what you're doing. Bread and water.
Silly people.
Silly.
No flavour.
Oh,
No,
God.
but any other Black British wrestlers we need to keep our eyes
Let me go on
on.
my notes
I mentioned
page,
one
girl.
earlier, Cameron Kai.
Yes, we were talking
Defo.
about earlier.
One to watch out for. He's on the rise. I
There's
just
another
saw.
one who's still very young.
Yeah.
I found out, I think maybe it was last year or maybe earlier this year, that he was 18. And I was like, 18?
Again.
18.
Again,
Wrestling like this at 18.
at this
Who was
age.
I doing at 18?
What was I doing at
I'm
18?
picking unis,
UCAS application.
UCAS
My
points.
Personal statement.
trying to collect UCAS points.
Oh my God, I
God.
was.
Wait, you didn't do you?
I did UCAS.
Oh, you did. You
Come on, I'm not that young.
Okay, sorry. But yeah, I'm here talking like I'm some old. Yeah, but no. Oh, I said Mercedes Blaze
Oh, yes.
as well.
Mercedes Blaze,
Yeah.
we'll bring her up.
Mercedes
She's
Blaze.
part of
The-
the Cutthroat Collective.
That's a good- it's a good faction,
I
honestly.
love them. Me and Charlie would cheer for them. Everyone else is booing. Like, no, I don't boo.
I don't
Blaze.
boo.
I don't
Especially-
Said I don't boo
Mercedes.
bad bitches.
I
Exactly.
don't
I
boo-
don't boo bad bitches.
I
I'm
don't
sorry.
boo Nina Samuels for one, and number two, I will not boo a black woman. That's not my creed.
I don't
So-
boo for Mercedes. I cheer.
I cheer as loud as I can.
scream, I clap, I make noise.
Innit?
Yeah, people be
And
looking at me.
that's what I love about us black women. We go into these spaces, we make noise.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because before, again, that transition from being like meek and
Yeah, I was
quiet.
like sitting like this.
Guys, there's no time for that.
Gonna
I
milk
promise you,
milk.
yeah, if you come to a show with us, yeah, we make the loudest noise and
Oh,
we
I
make
make
the
a
most
lot of
nonsensical
noise.
noise as
Yes,
well.
I make a
I
lot of
swear
noise.
to Natasha invited us to a RevPro show one time, and the way me and AJ were talking as if there wasn't other people around
Yeah,
us.
exactly. I remember. Someone turned around. They were like, "Oh, what's going on?"
Even Natasha was like, "Who are these people? I don't know."
Don't you have any decorum?
Like, act like I
You've
took
been
you
here
here before.
yeah. Oh my God, but it was fun though. I just love seeing you guys like
Yeah.
open up, because I remember I brought my friends to wrestling one time. They were sitting there like, because they
Yeah,
don't
we're
like
not like that.
wrestling. they were, I just brought them there by force, and they were just looking at Luke Jacobs like, "Oh, why is he hitting him like that?" I'm like, it's wrestling.
This is wrestling. Get into
Clutching
it.
their
come
pearls
on.
like,
That's what you're gonna. Oh my gosh, a chop. Oh, is he okay? Is he okay? I'm like, he's fine.
He's fine, a
but
chop.
when you guys came, I was like, yes, I'm with my people. I'm with my
And that's how
people.
it should
That's
be
how it
all the
should be.
time.
Yes, I make a lot of noise.
no,
Yeah.
make
Rep
noise,
shows.
take up space, be loud, be proud. Because
Yeah.
number one, you paid your ticket. Number two, you're just as invested in these wrestlers as
Yes.
anybody else.
And number 3 is funny as hell.
Yeah, it's
Because
fun.
the way we were commentating, even the wrestlers were looking at us
Yeah.
as if we were
I
crazy.
remember when Conor Mills
When
was
Conor Mills
wrestling.
came out, yeah. I promise you, he's never heard cheers like that before in his life.
When Game Kid, when we were cheering
Yes.
Game Kid, Game Kid was like,
He was looking at you guys like,
I have fans. I thought everybody hated me.
and because obviously our friend Dell, he rapped his
theme
theme song.
song, yeah.
You were the only ones who knew
we
it.
were cheering, and then even Gabe was like, "Yeah."
He was dancing with you guys. Yeah, I remember.
No, but definitely, all the names that we have said are powerhouses in the game. If we've missed out anyone, obviously, there's so
Be
many.
sure to put them in the
Sure.
comments.
And
Yes.
if anything, put them in the comments. But also check out the shows. Like I said, we've mentioned RevPro, we've mentioned Progress.
Yep.
You've got Sovereign Pro as
Yeah.
well. You've got Hustle.
Yeah.
You've got Riot Cabaret.
Pro
Check
Wrestling Eve.
Pro Wrestling Eve. Like check all of these
UKPW.
promotions.
Yes.
Check.
Pro Wrestling Chaos, Attack, TNT.
Keep
Ah.
going.
So many letters. They're all there.
Check them
there.
out. Honestly, check them out. You will not. There's so many names that you will see and you will be invested in, and
You won't be disappointed.
you won't be
I
disappointed.
promise you guys, it's not every day AEW.
Yeah.
It's not every day
No.
WWE.
It's not everyday American wrestling.
Sometimes
see what's
come to
going
the
on
grid
in
side.
your own side.
Oh, if you're Canadian, check out the Canadian wrestling
Yeah,
show that's
exactly.
coming up soon.
But one thing I do like respect the international people is that sometimes they do come in and they help.
Yeah.
Like I said, Shelton Benjamin, like coming in and having like fights with these kind of like, with these I wouldn't say up and comers, but these, you know, they need the push.
Yeah. Thunder Rosa as well.
Thunder Rosa.
Yeah.
Honestly, like these, respect to
MJF
those
as well coming
Yeah,
to
MJF. I
RevPro.
forgot about that one.
Fucking
I
hell.
mean, like I said, like
That
we
one
all,
was so unexpected. I still can't believe that he was there.
and obviously, like we mentioned him before, but Michael Oku, especially having some of the matches that he has on his back, his opponents, Will Ospreay, MJF, the how many ratings he's getting.
He faced Jericho and Takeshita.
Yes, he did as well.
Yeah. He's faced some big names.
Bro.
Michael Oku is making big moves.
Big moves.
Big money moves.
Big money moves.
Big money moves.
Very soon you go up to him and be like, no pictures. Because he's so big and famous.
Yeah.
Talk to my manager. I'm like, oh.
Like, talk to Amira. Talk to
Amira,
Amira.
talk to my manager.
Amira be like, press conference.
Yeah.
Everybody take this in. Da-da-da-da-da. We're done.
Yeah.
And leave.
Yes.
I love her. She's so dramatic. She's so dramatic.
fantastic.
And she's so lovely as well.
I've
Like,
actually seen her wrestle before. I think it was the same Nova show. And I'd never seen her wrestle before. I didn't know what her character was. And she just started thrusting. I was like,
Oh, she's funny.
I was like, girl,
She is funny.
what is this?
what is this, honey?
Clutch my pals. I said,
She making moves as well.
Yeah,
She's gonna
she's
be
making
on
her
the
own
Chris
moves.
Jericho cruise when WrestleMania happens as well. So there's a tournament going on to that. She's making moves as well.
Because I watched her at Riot Cab in All In Weekend. She had a match with Cassius.
Leon Cassius, yeah.
It was.
Oh, wait, was that the one on the
longest match
boat?
On the boat.
Yeah.
They were wrestling on the train.
Yeah.
On the street.
Bro,
in the
That's what you call a
skateboards.
real street fight.
That's a street
that's
fight.
A street fight, not just backstage.
Fuck off with that.
By the merch stand. No, they went onto the streets.
They said outside.
Do you know what it is to wrestle on a boat? He had to put a life jacket on.
Do you know?
He's so for real.
You know the motion sicknesses that boats can give you because you're just swaying left and right. You're
And
fighting
you
it's
know,
the
I do
small
do
ones as
suplex.
well. Yeah.
on a boat.
On a small rubber dinghy in front of the parliament.
Can you
Big
imagine?
Ben. in front of
Keir
the Prime
Starmer's
Minister.
looking like, what the hell?
Prime Minister's questions like, sorry, we have to interrupt. There's two people wrestling on the Thames right now. Like, what's going on?
It's like,
I wonder how many tourists got that in their selfies.
Oh,
didn't it?
a lot of
Just
them.
see one,
Taking
someone
a
in the
selfie.
air.
Come to
See-
England,
see
you see
people-
wrestling on the boat.
In the wrestling in the Thames.
No, but
British.
again, that is the Black British scene, and obviously, so much to celebrate, so many people to celebrate, so many people to invest in, so many people that honestly, like this conversation itself has given me a smile on my face
Yeah.
because we came in like when I was literally, this is a candid moment, like a vulnerability moment. When I came into this episode, I was like, how are we gonna plan this episode? Because literally, what is the Black British scene like?
Yeah.
What are we going to talk about?
Yeah.
Because again, it's so few and far between. But then when you really think and deep and invest your time and
There's so much
think,
that goes into
there's
it.
so much that goes into it, and there's so many people to love and invest and to
Yeah.
support and to really, really just see. Like I said, I can't wait to see them. Not to say that they haven't catapulted into their stardom, but to see them reach levels that. They've still, the sky is literally their limit,
Yeah.
and they've got so much sky to go.
Mm-hmm.
And I just want them. I can't wait to see like Michael Oku like on TV. I can't wait, like I said, to see Leon Slater on TV.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see. I just can't wait to see it. But and especially like again, Aisha Raymond, Aaliyah James, like Riho, like seeing them like in the.
In this,
In the spotlight. I'll
in
bring
the
up
spotlight.
one more name. Harrison Neon. I saw him in Rakara. He has this like big baller invitational thing. He has the money gun, spraying the dollars, spraying the dollars.
This is giving Niger energy.
Yes.
no, you call him a 619 boy.
He said you said 619.
I said 619, yeah.
You said 419.
419.
619.
He's a Yahoo boy.
A Rey Mysterio boy.
I love that. But you see
Yeah.
gimmicks that are, and especially them having gimmicks that are more authentic to
Yeah.
themselves and more just, like I said, not the caricatures, but not to say, obviously, people like Johnny Quango and Black Butcher did not pave the way for us to be even in the scene as well. But just to see sort of the...
But even if you do have caricatures, making it your own. Like when I remember when Bianca was on NXT, she was like a hood black girl, but she made it her own.
Yeah.
Just make it your own and make it feel like you.
Yeah.
Just don't make it feel like a stereotype.
Yeah.
Too stereotypical.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the tea in Black British wrestling. Like I said, go check out all the promotions, go check out all the names, and just bask in the glory. And now we move to the best part of the show, the Rock and Suck review.
Woo, woo, woo! We've actually remixed this part of the show, haven't we?
Exactly. So, obviously, in the spirit of Black British wrestling and pioneerism, we only had to ask the professional in the game what matches that she wants us to review. So, the first match that you would like us to review is
Leon Slater versus Zozaya at RevPro live in London. I think it's 87.
It's
That's
87.
the number. I get lost.
It is 87.
Yeah,
Yes.
So many numbers.
So many numbers.
So many numbers. First of all, Zozaya, an up and coming,
Oh,
I
God.
love
up and
This
coming
man,
guy.
great. In the ring, he is a delight to watch.
He really is. And the British audience is like, we've adopted him.
Yeah.
This
This
is
is our
boy.
son.
He's our son. Yeah.
This
He
is our baby boy.
He's so cute, and it's like you don't want anyone to hurt him.
Yeah.
But then in this match, I was like, Leon, do your thing.
Do what you need to do.
If you have to hurt the boy,
If you need to
hurt
do it,
the boy.
It's fine. It's fine. You know, I support you, Leon. I support you in all your decisions. But yeah, like Zozaya is another person to watch. I mean, he's not black, but you know, he's a person to watch. Yeah.
Yeah, we support.
We support.
all,
We support.
all black British, all wrestlers.
Yeah.
All British wrestlers. We
Yeah.
support. Yeah.
I've been saying black British so much. It's like I'm calling everyone black now.
You black,
black,
everybody black. Yeah, but yeah, definitely. In terms of like what I watched in this match, yeah, very, very, very athletic.
Yeah.
Two athletically charged men.
God damn.
I had to take a breather at some points because they was just going left, right, up, down.
Up and down.
You shake it all about.
Yeah.
You do the hokey
pokey.
pokey.
Tie it all around.
Like it was definitely, this is what was giving, this is what I wish 205 Live was. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? This is what I wish the cruiserweight division was. This is two people who really know how to mesh themselves together and choreograph a match that is very, very appeasing to the eyes.
And it
to
doesn't
watch.
even if it is choreographed, it doesn't feel choreographed
doesn't
at
feel.
all.
Yeah.
It feels very fluid and fluid and like in motion, and you can see them like the chemistry between them
Yeah.
is great.
And I think that was like their second match together.
Can you
I
imagine?
think. Yeah,
Can you
'cause then
imagine?
They wrestled each other again at Riot Cabaret.
Yeah.
During All In Weekend, and even that match was good. It's like every time they wrestle each other,
It gets better and better.
better and better. They do
Crazy.
different things. It's not like, oh, it's like the second match. No, it's even better. And it's just the fact that like Leon Slater can have a good match with everybody. Everyone he steps in the ring with is a banging match. Like he's reached that status where you can tell me, oh, Leon Slater's facing, and I won't even need to hear the name of the opponent. I'll just know it's good.
Yeah.
And I'll buy my ticket.
Yep.
And I'll be there. And I'll be screaming.
Literally.
I'll be screaming.
Literally. Very entertaining in the ring, very, very fluid in the ring. Some of the moves that this guy was pulling. There was a move on the, I don't even know how to describe it, but it was like okay, help me here.
Yeah.
Because like I said, what the moves that these guys were pulling out, it was on the rings,
The apron.
the apron, yeah? And it was like Leon Slater did a spear into a kind of like
using our hands
suplex.
here, yeah.
I don't know how to describe it, but it was like he jumped onto Zozaya and then he kind of like pushed his head and they fell into the crowd.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Okay, yes, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
When it just looked like they both almost broke
Yeah.
their necks. Yeah.
And I was like, are y'all all right over? I was like shouting, like I was like, I'm in my seat. I was like, are y'all all right over there?
Yeah.
Like, it was like, wow, like really like a mixture. And I said, I've always liked this kind of match style and this kind of fighting style in terms of there is an element of like high flying, you know, flips and, you know, high flying movements, but with an element of like power, like
Yeah.
power. Because for me, when it comes to me and my personal taste, I get a bit too tired of too many high flying moves because it is kind of, as well as I know it doesn't compare, as well as it is exhausting for the actual person doing it. It's quite
exhausting to
It
watch.
is exhausting to watch because you're trying to the fast pace of it all, and then like
It feels like you're on drugs.
yeah, it feels like you're on
you're on acid.
you're
Like you're on acid, yeah.
But yeah. So for them to have some of that kind of like powerhouse movements and them slams and all of that, and to do something like that over the apron, I quite enjoyed that move as well. Again, the character work that Leon Slater was doing, like again, I did like the kind of like Zozaya being that, you know,
The baby face.
the baby face.
Yeah, I feel like he was
element.
very much an underdog.
Yeah,
in the
that
match.
the
that's the
underdog
vibe,
thing, and then
yeah.
Leon coming in as this kind of like, "Cook, I've been here before."
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know,
exactly.
like,
It's almost
listen,
like
it's not another day to me.
face,
Yeah.
he's not a
Heel.
heel.
Yeah.
He's like,
He's a tweener.
yeah, tweener.
yeah,
like,
he's just like, yeah, this
he's
is another
like,
day
who
for
is this
me.
guy
Like, yeah,
in my yard. What are you doing here?
Yeah.
Let me show you what it's about. You know?
yeah. Let's just get this over and done with.
Yeah.
And then I love that moment when Zozaya was just showing him like, "Nah,
I'm not the one to play with.
Yeah.
I may be sweet, but I'm not. I'm spicy. You know, I'm not. I could be spicy, but nah, definitely. What was your?
I mean, I was there and I remember I was like, this match is good. Like, this match is banging. And I think it was when they jumped over, like, from the top into the merch
Every
area.
time every time Leon does this year, I'm so
It just-
enthralled and surprised by
crazy,
it. It's
yeah.
it's amazing, and the height he reaches
Yeah.
to jump,
It's almost like he's touching the ceiling.
like the ceiling light would just
I'm
break.
gonna touch the sky. I'm gonna touch the sky, baby girl.
It's just like, and like they have such great chemistry as
Yeah.
well. It wasn't clunky and it was competitive. Like there are times when you thought, oh my gosh, is Zozaya gonna beat him? Then there are times when like, oh, Leon's definitely gonna beat him.
Every near fall,
Yeah.
I was on
was
on
like,
the edge. I was like,
oh my gosh. Yeah, I really, really enjoyed
Yeah,
that
there was
match.
great
Yeah.
elements of storytelling in that match. Again, like I said, with the characterization, but also with the moves that they were pulling and
Yeah.
the sort of the energy that they were giving. Like again, the pin at the end was you could tell that they exerted all.
exerted
They were
everything. Yeah.
finished.
Yeah.
They said, "I'm finished."
This guy,
I always love pins like that when they're like, let me
It's
just
one,
reach my arm
two,
over.
three.
Yeah.
It's like I'm too tight to
Yeah,
leave.
exactly. I love that. Like
Yeah.
they've gone to free, but you're still lying down.
Yeah.
It's just- I
Yeah.
love that. It's like, yes, you definitely.
It's like you've
were
actually worked a
yeah,
match.
You worked the match. Yeah.
And it proper sells it as like, yeah, they've worked their arse off in this match. Like and again, some of the moves that they were pulling weren't easy. They were doing roly polies left and right, center. Like me to even do a roly poly, one is enough for
Yeah,
me.
girl.
But for you to be doing it
Multiple times.
multiple times at do you know the core strength you need?
Yes.
It's different. You really put it and you jump up. Come
And you
on.
jump to your feet.
Jesus is Lord.
Like Michael Jackson, like Michael Jackson at the Super Bowl. You're just standing there, and then you're just staring at each other. Like that's how they catch their breath. And meanwhile, the crowd is just going. Oh no, but really and truly, I definitely see, like as Leon said, I definitely see him. He's showing himself to become one of the master classes in his division of fighting and in his style of fighting as well.
Yeah.
Like you could tell he has it set. He has it locked in.
Yes.
He defo has it like, this is my style, and I'm just gonna show the world that I'm gonna do that. This is what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Zaya again, like, still new in my eyes. Like he's still got like some growth to be doing. Like he has, but the more matches he has, the more matches that he will have,
the more he'll grow.
he'll
And
grow.
I'm glad of the fact that everybody's taking him
Yeah.
under their wing, not just like wrestlers, but fans as well.
yeah.
Like I'll see fans on Twitter be like, you guys need to put Zozaya on the show, man.
Yeah.
Like you need to prop him up a bit more.
Yeah.
Even so, I think RevPro made a poster and they think they spelled his name wrong, and then someone's like, "There's a spelling mistake."
it was
in Zozaya."
progress. Yeah,
it was progress. Yeah,
I think so, progress,
there was a spelling mistake. You need to
Yeah.
put some respect on
They
his
don't
name.
play-
Respect
they
on his
don't
name.
play
Put some
with
respect.
Zaya.
Spell his
They
name
don't play
right.
with- They don't play with him at all.
Yeah, but definitely, I definitely think it's a match to definitely, it is a good match. It
Yeah.
was really, really,
When
really
Leon
good.
does that kick, it's almost like he's cutting his
kick.
head off.
The kick on the apron, when it was
Yes.
just like bam.
Bam.
I said, yeah.
Ah.
I love it. I
Whack him
love
again.
it.
Yeah.
No
I
offense.
love it. The
That's
power
it.
in the legs.
He
The
uses
legs.
his legs very,
Very
well.
well.
Uses his
Very
legs
well.
very,
It's
very
actually,
well.
in my opinion, his strength, his best thing, like the legs. Like, yeah, he's good at high flying, but what he does on the ground in terms of the drop kicks, when you grab his leg and he's like, "Gotcha, bitch," and then he flips over and then kicks you in the chin. Oh,
Amazing.
fantastic! Mwah.
This is wrestling.
This
kiss.
is wrestling.
Yeah.
Definitely another match to watch with him. I think one of his best rated matches was definitely with Will Ospreay.
Yeah.
And that's a definite match to watch. But obviously we're
that
talking
match
about
was
Zozaya
fantastic.
versus, Zozaya versus RevPro. Zozaya versus Leon
Leon
Slayer.
Slayer.
But definitely. So what rating?
I mean, guess first. Is it a rock or is it a suck?
It's a rock.
It's a rock.
Come
It
on.
rocked my world.
It's rock my
It
world.
rocked my world, you know you did. No, that's it. It was given a Michael Jackson approved rock my world.
MJ proof
That's
right
the,
here.
that's the level of rock we're giving it. But yeah,
It's rocking.
Leon Slayer versus Zozaya, RevPro live in London, 87, and you can watch this on RevPro on demand. Period.
Yeah.
The next match that you requested that we review be
Livvii Grace versus Tate Mayfairs at Pro Wrestling Ceasefire.
which 2 points. First of all, the cause for this.
Yes.
Round of applause.
Round
for
of
the cause.
applause.
That's why I was
Free
like, I'm
Palestine
gonna put this on
always.
a podcast. 'cause
Yeah.
Round
it
of
needs a
applause. Round of applause for everybody who was involved and anybody who raised money and put money towards it. Because again, the conversation needs to be continuously had until these leaders decide to
make a change.
make a change. Because it's
been a year, and a year is too much in my
And
opinion.
some of the videos I've seen,
It's
just,
crazy. Don't ever scroll past it.
Yeah,
Make sure
no.
you're always commenting and you're always retweeting and you're always posting about it.
do everything you can.
Yeah.
And going to this show and like my money was contributed to,
It makes a
charity fund,
difference.
like, it makes a difference.
It makes
yeah.
a difference.
and it keeps the conversation going,
Yeah.
and it keeps people aware. But also, it keeps people aware enough to go and take time and understand what is actually going on.
Yeah.
yeah.
Because what I find with something like this, people like to bury things under the sand,
Yeah.
and like you get confused because there's some points where people are like, but doesn't that happen to this? Doesn't this work? Like, didn't they do this? That no. Go and be informed and support and
Do your research.
Yeah.
keep, well, like I said, do your research and keep informed, because what is being told out there is not, half of the things the atrocities that are going on in Palestine right now. So first of all, the cause, very important. Second of all, this is actually a first for us, intergender matches. This
Never
is
spoken
our
about it on the
first.
pod.
So you see what I'm saying? We're talking about a
Trailblazer.
trailblazer, pioneering the game.
This is our first intergender match on the Rock and Suck.
This is our first intergender
like
match
that.
on the Rock and Suck review. Now, I know this is a Black British Wrestling, kind of dedicated podcast, but Tate Mayfairs.
This guy
Yeah, I like
has
Tate
it
Mayfairs. I
all.
do.
He has it all. And when again, come to Hustle. This guy,
I know he's like the star of
he
Hustle,
is,
right?
yeah.
I need
When
to
you see him up and close, you really come to realize he definitely has it all. Match quality, he does it.
Yeah.
Mic work, he does it.
He's good.
Character work, he does it.
good.
Entrance, he's good. Everything is there with Tate
full
Mayfairs.
package.
Even the freaking name, Tate Mayfairs.
Yeah.
What?
It looks expensive.
Oh!
Designer.
God!
Haute couture. or
Talk
whatever
to
it
me
is
nice.
they
Don't talk to me twice.
Tate Mayfairs. You know how and a few weeks ago we talked about how Nina Samuels is probably the best heel in
Brit wrestling.
Brit wrestling. The male counterpart is Tate Mayfairs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's good.
Tate motherfucking Mayfairs.
What a guy.
What? He has the look. He has the style. I'm even repeating everything you said.
God, I've already say
You've already
it
said
again.
it.
Even
again.
the earring.
Even
on
the hearing.
the
No, it's not even earring. Even the hearing. The hearing.
The hearing.
Come
The
on.
hair.
The hair.
The way he walks.
Yeah.
The way he talks.
The way he carries the
everything.
title, yeah? Yeah.
That brown suit that he's got going on. Mwah.
You know what I love about Tate Mayfairs? Nobody is doing what Tate Mayfairs
Nobody.
and what Tate Mayfairs is doing in the UK in terms of character work and in terms of, is hard for anybody to do, because international you can do that, but to assimilate that into British culture. Because think about let's get back into reality. Think about a guy that's like Tate Mayfairs. It doesn't exist, does it?
doesn't exist.
It doesn't exist.
I don't know a guy like Tate
I
Mayfairs.
don't
know.
Of anyone.
So,
who
but
shares
for you to
similarities.
take that and put it into British wrestling and British culture,
You done well.
you have done well for yourself.
What a man.
And this is a man that's supposed to be a heel.
That's the thing, and he does heal very well.
He does it so well.
Very well. The first
Me-
time I watched him, a kid was booing him, and he pushed the kid, and then the drink fell all over the kid, and I was like, oh!
I can't lie. I can't. When I go to Hustle, me too, I also boo. But I'm also like, I'm in love with you at the same time.
Tate Mayfairs, I'm cheering. I'm like, yeah. Everyone's looking at me like,
Sometimes I put my middle finger up, but I want to put it away because he's so good.
I'm like, Tate Mayfairs, you are best heel in the game. Best,
so good.
best.
Like, the
Brit-
interactions with the audience as well. Like, if you're booing him, he just shuts up. You know,
and do you know what I like about it?
Shock on, mate.
Wanker.
Pure
Even the
British.
chants he has. Mayfair is a wanker. Mayfair is a wanker. Da 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 da. Da da da. That That's how you know he's.
You're not a wanker in my eyes. But you know what? Yeah, I was literally gonna say. What was I gonna say? I was like, Tate Mayfairs. Like, what was I even gonna say? I'm lost for words. I'm actually lost for words. I actually forgot. I lost my train of thought.
That's how good he is.
That's how bloody.
Even when he's not even in the room, he's making you speechless.
Dominating conversation.
Conversation.
Black wrestlers.
He's probably.
And here we are talking about the white man.
We let the white man overtake our conversation. Dr. Umar is shaking, shivering right now. No, but definitely have to give his flowers. Tate Mayfairs, because honestly, his work, what he does as well, especially going to Uganda to showcase, you know, black, because African wrestling is another topic for another day.
Don't worry,
we
we'll come
really
back to
have
that
to talk
one.
about African wrestling, but for him to go there and obviously contribute and
show them the ropes as well, like provide his insight and knowledge. He's also doing his own charity work.
Exactly.
So you know what? Shout out to you, Tate Mayfairs.
Shout out to Tate Mayfairs. Honestly, what a stellar guy. Like I can't wait. There's so many face-offs that I want to see him in. Like I want to see him like him and Will Ospreay.
Oh,
you know, just them.
Yeah, my one is him and MJF. That one, the colliding that will happen that day. Oh God,
that's when it will be real collision.
That is real collision.
That is real collision. But yeah, I was gonna say,
it's like seeing your own face.
Yeah.
I was gonna
crazy.
say,
It's like the American version of
it.
I was even gonna say, because what the work that he does, like his heel work is not distasteful. It's like there's some real heels that are they're really distasteful, but him, he's not. It's just the right level of sugar, spice, and everything. Nice.
Yes.
Like I like it. Well done. Action. I like it. But yeah, sorry, we were very.
So back to the match. Back to the match.
Linked to the match anyway, because you can't really hear it on the YouTube upload, but I was there. So basically, it was originally meant to be Livvii versus Connor Mills.
Oh,
but Connor Mills couldn't make it last minute.
He's so key, Connor.
It's all right. It's Connor Mills. I forgive him. Don't worry. He can do no wrong in my eyes. So they said, okay, who's gonna face Livvii? So Livvii comes out. They started playing Mercedes Monet's music.
What?
CEO. Then the Leighton.
Is that why he was doing the dance?
Yeah, that's what he was
doing.
Oh, it
makes sense.
Yeah, and then Leighton buzzes on commentary like, "Oh my God, she's here! She's here!" I was like, "There's no way Mercedes has come. Mercedes come to Elephant and Castle now to come and wrestle."
Mercedes.
And then Tate came out and he was like doing the dance. He's like, "Oh, this heel, what a heel!" So yeah, good heel.
Good heel.
Match, yeah.
In terms of the match, what were some of your favorite spots?
Honestly, the start of the match, the drop kick that Livvii did to Tate when he was like, because he wasn't even taking it too seriously. The match,
that's the thing.
And she was like, "No, you will take me seriously today."
Exactly.
Watch your back, because I will catch you today.
Don't play with me today.
Don't play with me today. Now we play.
Now we play.
play.
Yeah, but Livvii Grace as a wrestler is just, again, we mentioned her before, one to watch, definitely. And I think this match is definitely a showcase of the potentials of intergender matches in the UK, because again, intergender matches in the UK like are good. This is the first one we reviewed at Rock and Sock Review, but watched live, they're fantastic. And like I said, there's that element of what I liked about this match is like, again, sometimes it can be quite distasteful. They can add like a bit of misogyny. They can add a bit of like
when they try to spank them or something like.
Yeah, but there was none of that.
It's like
she beat his ass.
It was like
that's it. She beat his ass. She might not won the match, but she beat his ass.
Literally, it was like respectful like competitorship, and I like that in this match. It's like we're both wrestlers at the end of the day, and we are fighting for a cause, and we're fighting in the ring, and I'm gonna beat your ass, and you can play games and be this top heel, but I'm gonna show you what is going on and show him what she did.
Literally, when the bell rang, she started doing all those slams. I was like, yes,
go
I could
girl.
see my hands in the stream. I was like,
yes, yes. No, it was a great match. Honestly, also not to go back to Tate Mayfairs, but. Mr. Man, Shantae, you slay. Because Shantae, you slay. Because the way this man was selling, it was like he was Shawn Michaels and he was facing Hulk Hogan. I was like, Broski, what is going on? Tumbling, fumbling, rumbling. The way he dropped, as if he was a drag race superstar. I said yes.
Yes, he did a death stroke. I was like, Yes. Yes, slay.
Slay, mama.
You won the lip sync.
Shantae, you stay.
It was
No,
funny.
but
So that's like the comedic elements as well. Like it was a show for a good cause.
Yeah.
There's obviously like a lot of seriousness behind it with all the things we're seeing, but like the comedy, putting a smile on everyone's face is showing that we're there for a good reason. We're gonna have some fun at the same time. Like that's why I really enjoyed the match. It was really, really fun.
It was a fun match.
Fun.
Like it didn't even feel like it was 9 minutes, but it didn't feel 9 minutes. It felt like it was like everything made sense in the match,
Yeah.
and even in the way that it ended, it made sense.
Typical Tate Mayfairs fashion, you know.
Yeah.
cheating.
But yeah, anyway, do I need to ask the question? Is it a rock and sock, guys?
It's
rock.
It's a
fucking
rock.
rock.
It was going to
It's
be a
a
rock
rock.
regardless. Because like I said, the chords. It's a rock. But anyway, guys, we have been your hosts. Thank you for coming to the show. Thank you for listening in. Again, please, 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 please check out the names that we have mentioned. Check out the promotions. Again, Black History is important. We ourselves are making Black history. We need to remind you that there are 3 pioneers on this table right now.
Period.
We are the first Black British female-led wrestling podcast in the UK. That is Black history in itself.
Yes.
We have a first Black British wrestling focused podcast led by a Black woman sitting right across us. At the end of the day, go and support and celebrate all these content creators out there. We've mentioned them before, but we're going to say it again and again and again. Support all your local artists. Support your Black content creators. And just
Support everyone.
support
man.
everyone.
You know why? Because we make Black history every day. And on that note,
And on that note, Natasha, where can we find you?
So I'm on Twitter at Rasslin Rhapsody. Same on Instagram. I'm also on Substack.
oh, she's a
I'm a
writer.
writer.
She's a writer.
J.K. Rowling, you know.
She said, Jacqueline
No,
Wilson.
Jacqueline Wilson. Let's use her instead. But I'm on Substack, Rasslin Rhapsody Writes. I'm on TikTok, but I haven't posted anything.
Ah,
But
you
it's
get
out,
there,
but
you
I'm
get there.
you know. So yeah, you can find me Rasslin Rhapsody across all platforms. Yes.
And you can find her at the shows.
Yes.
Oh yes. Spotify as well.
And you know what I've just
Streaming.
clocked?
What?
I've just clocked. You're wearing the colours of your show.
Am I?
Yes, you are. Pink and black.
Oh, I am.
Look at that.
I didn't even realize. Oh.
No, pink and black. But
Yeah.
This is real branding.
this is
Yes.
branded. This is marketing. She said, I didn't even realise.
Yes.
But yeah,
Okay.
no, definitely check out Rasslin Rhapsody. Again, very insightful, very,
thank you,
very,
guys.
very entertaining, very, very fresh. It's just a stellar person as well. I'm so
you.
glad that we've met you and that we get to enjoy this Black British female wrestling
Seeing
joy of it all
joy,
with
community.
you. And, you know, again, one of the nicest people to come across.
Thank you
Literally.
so much, guys.
It-
Same
it's-
to you.
Oh, thanks.
I met you guys on
thanks.
Twitter, and now look at us.
Look
Look
at
at
us.
us, look at us
Who would have thought?
cackling. Who would have thought? But yeah, as obviously,
Are you okay?
I'm not. But yeah, I've been your host, AJ Hold It Down.
I've been Chids, the head baddie in charge.
And obviously, Natalie is not here, but you can find Natalie on the Nat Attack.
Natalie's on a cruise.
She's on a cruise. She don't care about us.
Traveling.
She's
I'm
traveling.
like, come with me to a show. Oh, I don't know where my plane lands. I'm like, oh,
Girl.
Girl, she is traveling.
She enjoying herself.
She enjoying herself. She's like, y'all take over the show. I'm gonna be on my boat with
She
my
said,
bikini.
I'll see you in 3 or 4 weeks, I guess.
I'm gonna be on my boat with my bikini. Y'all do the show for me. But yeah, no, like definitely check out T and like we are T and Tussle. Check us out on every platform there is. We are on the road to 1,000 followers, guys.
Jeez.
Amen.
Also, thank you guys. We just hit 100 subscribers on YouTube.
Amen.
I know,
Wow.
right? Wow.
Who would have thought?
Who would have thought?
Not
But
us.
yeah. Anyway, thank you so much. And again, shine from the rooftops. Black British Wrestling
It's here to
is
stay.
here to stay, slay, and
Shantae.
exactly. And on that note, good day.
Bye.
Bye.